Are you willing to sacrifice your life?
What the fuck was that, Ken?
Joey Fats Radio, row 1C1.
I've been loving every second. I'm not rooting for injuries openly, but
I just pretended that was Brian Deegan.
I'm so fucking pumped. I'll be like, yeah, bitch, fuck
I will do that.
I'm gonna find him on LinkedIn and be like, "Did you punch a kid in the face? Tell me the truth."
All right, Sean brought his A game tonight. All right, okay, I like it. I like where this is going. And I don't want to put this as like a thing. Like he wasn't a bad guy, as far as we know.
Who said he was a bad guy?
I don't know, but I feel like we're painting him in this light that he was like this bad guy, and I don't want to do that. To this day, I hope you hear this. Fuck you. But rules are rules, okay? Stupid rule, but it was a rule. If you were a Crip and you were cooling in the cut, what do the Bloods do? Are they booling in the butt? Yep. Also, we are extremely juvenile, and yeah, whatever. Fuck you. All right.
You fucking smacked me in the ass, you dumb fuck.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is, in fact, another Tuesday evening. It is Joey Fats Radio, row 1C1 live on the one, the only, the New Bedford Guide. Thank you all for joining us on this absolutely glorious, festive Tuesday evening here in middle October.
Some say.
Some would say this is the greatest sports podcast of all time.
No,
I won't say that, but people say that. This is Row 1 Seat 1. I am your host, Joey Fats. With me, as always, Mr. Betancourt. Our full-time host could not make a cameo tonight, so he's being replaced by a Row 1 Seat 1 hat. We will regale his Colts for being the number 1 seed in the AFC.
No, fuck.
For him. But Plizzy could not join us tonight. But thank you all for joining us. It is, in fact, Sean, our 500th episode of Row 1 Seat 1.
500 episodes.
So 500's a big deal. And I'm going to crack this NOS that you just gave me for free.
By the way, which I got free from Cumberland Farms for no reason.
Let's see how much sugar is in this. How much sugar in me? Oh, only.
Did you just quote
51
that?
grams.
Did you just quote that from that weird loser guy from YouTube?
I got a little sugar.
It was like a
in
90-calorie
I'm
bar.
a pretty groovy guy. I'm a pretty nice guy, and then I get a little sugar in me.
Wasn't he at like a mental home or something like that, like a halfway house or some shit?
No, he was like doing he was doing a bit in his bathroom. He was like like practicing a bit in his bathroom. If you watch some of the other ones, you can actually hear his girlfriend being like, "Stop it!" and he's just like laughing, trying to keep it together.
Oh, really? I thought he was just like a psychopath.
No, he's just doing He's just doing a character.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Then I have one of those 501 bars. You know?
Those 90
I
calorie.
get a little sugar in me.
See, I thought he was
he was
serious.
doing like a Seinfeld-esque skit. It was and it was fantastic. It was really good.
I only saw that one ever, and I thought he was just a psychopath.
But this says it will give me enhanced mental focus. So I'm gonna drink. Let's see how much caffeine is in this at 9 to 10 at night or whatever. It's got to be 200 milligrams, right? I can't read.
What would RFK say if you saw you drinking that right now?
Yeah, don't even think about touching that aspartame. You have to do biceps and triceps in the morning.
No, he's gonna say the red flavoring there is giving you it's making you gay.
Oh, it's only 160.
Was that coffee?
160 milligrams of caffeine in one can? That's fucking bitch levels of caffeine, bro. I take that before bed on a regular basis. Jesus Christ. But no, it is 500.
Well, cheers.
It is 500 episodes. Oh, fuck. I forgot the champagne. Let me call the wife and tell her.
500. That's a lot of shit happening.
I did.
That is one Broncos Super Bowl. That is 3 Patriots Super Bowls. No Colts Super Bowls. Too bad for the Colts. That is a lot of winning. Hey. Red Sox won the Super Bowl as well.
There's a bottle of champagne in the freezer.
In the freezer?
Take that out and bring it up to me with 2 cups. Yeah, take your time. Thank you.
Did you say in the freezer?
Yeah, it's in the freezer because it's on. No, go that way. Go around the curtain.
Oh my God! I just saw a fire.
Yes. So the wife has decided to bake us a cake. Just put it right here.
Do you want to be on camera? No.
So the wife has made us a cake
Yay!
for 500 episodes. Thank you, wife.
Why is there a huge hole in the middle of the cake?
It's a bundt cake.
I'm joking.
It's a
Thank
bundt cake.
you.
So
No, you can't see me.
no,
I can't see you either.
cannot see you yet. No, you can't see us. So
You guys just want forks?
yeah, forks is fine.
Yeah.
Alright.
I was trying to see if I got the finger on camera. No,
Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah. So all right. So more sugar then. We have more sugar now. We can see you.
Wait. No, I can't do this.
Did I look cute?
Yeah, obviously you look cute. Oh, there you go.
Now it's aesthetically pleasing. You can see the
More
500 on
aesthetic.
camera.
Yeah. So now we have the 500, the candles that are now dripping wax all over the cake, which is
Happy
you
birthday
don't
to you.
Happy 500 episodes to you. Yeah, blow those out. Go ahead. Blow them out, Sean. You can do it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, 500 episodes. Yeah.
Oh, shit, that 5 died fast. Jesus Christ. Cheers.
So, yeah, we're going to do a little cheers. We got some champagne coming. We're going to do a little pop a bottle, pop some bubbly. 500 episodes, Sean. Nothing to spit out. This show started in October of 2019, end of October 2013. 2013. Did I say 19? I meant 13.
It's like, no.
So we're going on 12 years now. It took us 12 years to get to 500 episodes. That's pretty good.
Jesus Christ.
We'll do a little bit of a look back. We'll recoup some of our favorite moments over the years. We'll recoup some of our...
We can't use any actual songs, so we can't use like Green Day or any of that shit. Like, it's something unpredictable.
The graduation song of 2000, you know?
You mean from like 1997 through like
I was
2012?
was it 99 that song came out?
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it was 99. This is one of my fortes. What was the name of that song?
I hope you had the time of your life.
Time of Your Life or something, or In the End, right? Green.
As we
Day.
go on, we remember. My wife's watching. She's like having flashbacks of like
In
graduation.
the End, I think was the name of it.
I don't know. No, In the End is like Linkin Park.
No, you're right. It was not that one. I hope you had the time of your life, Green Day. Oh, Good Riddance. That was the name of it. Wow, it was 97.
Was it?
Yeah, I thought 99. You said 97. Good call. That's usually one of my specialties, is guessing the year's songs came out.
I want to say I think I was like 10 or 11 when that song came out.
I don't
was
remember that in
a
97 at all. Like, I mean, I guess because I got to high school in 99.
I knew my wife was listening. Anytime that song comes on, it gives her like flashbacks as we go on.
First, all right, hold on, Jelly. I want to ask you on such a liberal shit show called New Bedford Live. Oh, you mean the people that listen in are liberal? Okay, that's different. I thought New Bedford Guide is not like I would not consider New Bedford Guide liberal at all. Would you? Just following along.
What, did someone just say we're liberal?
He said, he said in the chat, Jelly said in the chat, how did you last 500 episodes on such a liberal shit show called NB Live?
Does he know who you are?
I know. Well, I think he means like our audience being libs. But listen, we try to keep politics out of it for the most part. Sometimes when they intersect, we have to do it. You know, when Kyrie and Kaepernick are saying random shit, or Ryan Clark wants to spout off.
I tried
whatever.
never to talk politics on this show ever. I think Kyrie was the most polarizing person for me when I was just like the most hateful person of all time. Any Kyrie topic came up, I couldn't stand Kyrie. And James Harden. Those are the two most hated people.
Yeah. You definitely have a hatred for James Harden that no one else can even come close to replicating.
Yeah,
so
no.
But we'll go through. We'll talk about. We'll look back at some of the interviews we've done, some of the guests we've had on, some of our favorite moments from the show. And, of course, we will get into week number 7 in the NFL. My Broncos make the most impossible, improbable, unreal comeback of all time.
Only has been done twice in 3,700 in football games.
So they are the only team. There have been 1,606 games where teams have been shut out through 3 quarters and were trailing by 18 or more going into the 4th. And
I know what I'm doing.
okay, thank you, sweetie. Oh, you didn't have to get the flutes, but Oh, we got the flutes. We're getting.
Oh, for New Year's. Oh, thank
I
you.
love it. I love it.
That's not a glass.
You've never seen that glass?
No, I have not.
Ah, that's a good glass. So the wife is making a guest appearance. Did Kayla-
Wow,
did Kayla-
congratulations.
Did Kayla put you out to this? Your mic is on. Your mic's live.
Hi, Kayla. She's my number one fan.
Obviously.
Remember that one time you did a show when it was a bit
Do you
of a
wanna-
blizzard?
We're not gonna talk about it.
Did you just? Okay.
There we go.
That was the most anticlimactic cork
I
I've
think
ever
it's-
seen.
It might be a little bit too cold.
It went. The way it just went.
You're loud.
It was like a little. It was. This
was very
that court could have used a
anticlimactic as
little
well.
Viagra for sure. Which I have.
That
Okay.
Not because I
that was
need
a topic last week. We already talked about.
it. Yeah.
What's going on here?
It melted
Do it now.
fast. Yeah.
Say a wish.
A wish.
500 more.
Listen, if we're still doing this show 12 years from now, because that's how long it took to do 500 episodes, I'll be pretty impressed.
We're gonna be old ass men. Maybe I can
We'll
have
be-
my son doing it.
For yourself.
My son will be doing it. My son will be like,
We'll be in our
listen.
50s at that point.
My son will be like, listen, you're dog shit. The show's dog shit. My daughter is like, just eating the cake.
Mom.
Ma!
Today, that was
Oh yeah, I saw it right before I came.
Oh my god, she kills me. I mean, I couldn't bring champagne up without having a sip, so.
I like how you're like, I refuse to be on camera
I,
until there's alcohol. Then I'll be on camera.
It's a Palatroni trade. Hey, to 500
Hey,
episodes. Thank
cheers.
you, Sean, for being
Cheers.
here for almost every single one of them. Thank you, wife, for the
I think it's-
cake
I think
and
it's
the
a-
champagne.
That's a fallacy. I've been here for like 75% of them.
You've only missed 1 year of shows.
I've been here for 100%.
You've been here for 11 out of.
behind the scenes.
You've been here for every single one of them.
I know.
Technically.
Remember back in the good old days when I'd usually yell at you guys, "Babe, make it right,"
And I said,
and you were like, "No,"
go fuck yourself.
all the time.
Could you hear me loud when I spoke into the mic?
Yeah,
Yes.
we could.
Good.
You're not
Yeah.
speaking at all into the mic at all, which is like the rule you're breaking.
Yeah, you're breaking all the
I'm
rules.
sorry, am I getting paid
And you're
right
not-
now?
All right. Funny story. That's actually a very hot button issue around here. You know, these guys tend to bring that up a lot.
Who's
Yeah.
the guys? I just see one.
Well, everybody who's sat in that seat and Sean's seat, they all tend to remind me
guys.
that they don't get paid to do this. So,
Oh.
you know, I remember one time I found 50 cents on my desk and I was like, "Oh, look, here it is, a dime."
I'll go get you guys.
It almost landed in the hole of the cake.
I'm leaving. Sorry, guys.
That's
Okay, bye. Thank you, doctor.
love.
Cheers.
Cheers, man. Hey, 500 episodes. This is nothing to spit at. I'm sorry. I'm dead ass.
Dead ass, dead ass.
So we got Nos, we got champagne. I got a
Cheers.
vodka drink behind
Cheers to the Patriots going 15-2 and
Yeah.
unrealistic expectations.
me. And to my should be undefeated Broncos. But
And Richie Incognito being a crazy asshole.
we'll get it. Yeah, so we'll talk a little Richie Incognito, a little Aqib Talib, who happen to be two of my favorite players of all time. We'll get into all the NFL. We'll definitely harp on your Patriots, Sean. We'll get in on that because, I mean, listen,
Oh, those were the two
our
biggest, most talked about games besides the Chiefs game and are they back?
Unfortunately,
They're back
I
kind of
think-
situation.
listen, the Chiefs aren't back. I hate to break it to you guys. They just never left.
No, it's just everyone.
They were in the Super Bowl last year. What do
Yes,
you mean? Are they back?
but-
No, they never left. I get it.
I think there are too many frauds. I think we crowned the Bills, we crowned the Bengals, we crowned the Ravens, and then they just never showed up.
No, you're right. They didn't. Everybody's been looking and searching for that team to be to knock the Chiefs off and be that yin to the yang.
Yeah.
like we used to do with the Patriots all the time. You know, like we used to beg, like, please, Peyton Manning and the Colts, please do
Oh,
something.
praise everybody.
Please, someone beat this fucking team. And yeah, they would get there and they would be there,
you.
but they wouldn't. But they ultimately wouldn't end up winning enough games, or at least not to our liking.
Yeah, you can. No, you can.
You can do whatever you
Yeah,
want,
you can
sweetheart.
definitely got it. You're 100% on camera, by the way.
Just a little bit, just like the knife. See that? There you go. Yeah.
No, I saw the main.
Now you're just blocking the camera. There you go.
Damn it. I thought
You can get on camera and cut it if you want. If you want to just slide over that side, it's totally up to you. The wife is cutting our 500K.
Forehead.
Our 500K.
It's just saw the zoomed in forehead shot just on the live.
Amanda, you didn't know I was a Broncos fan? Dude, fuck yeah, bro. Go Broncos. I've been bleeding orange for my whole life.
That's an awful job by us if you didn't know Joey until 500 episodes in was a Broncos fan. Wait a minute. You like the Broncos?
Yeah. I like it. I like the sound effects. You can give Sean his.
Joey now is also a Yankees fan.
The Yankees.
And an Astros fan. Hey, thank you.
No, I've always been an Astros fan.
You can have it.
Thank
you.
Thank you for the cake, my love. This is awesome. Thank you.
Here's some napkins. I know you guys are messy.
It's warm and moist.
Oh, my God. It is warm and moist. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Moist, moist, moist. If you have a problem with that word, you're a loser.
It's very moist.
Moist and gushy.
Moist.
Thank you.
Moist.
Destroying that flag.
It's moist. 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 Moist.
How did you not see it? The gigantic words.
Listen, there's so many flags in my house. You know this.
There's like 3 flags.
She doesn't spend much time up here. This is where I come to yell at people and get mad, and she just stays away.
Yell
Thank
at
you, my
people
babe.
and get banned.
Thank you, love. Yeah, she said Amanda's never watched the show before.
Thanks, Amanda.
Not that I would expect her to either, but
Thank you.
it's not
I
really-
have never watched you guys ever. Thank you.
I'm not a Yankees fan.
Yankees.
I just root against the Red Sox from time to time because I'm still mad that their
John
owner,
Henry's alive.
that John Henry's alive, and I can't root for the Red Sox. And listen, the day John Henry dies or sells the team, I'm back in on the Red Sox. Until then, no thank you.
See, I always thought Larry Lucchino was the problem. Turns out Larry Lucchino was a hero.
Larry Lucchino saw the writing on the wall and got the fuck up out of there and was like, see ya.
Didn't he die?
Yeah, didn't he have Lucchino's disease?
You just made that up.
I probably did. I definitely did.
You definitely did. Sorry.
Anyway.
Got sidetracked right there.
Yeah, so we're eating cake. We have 500 episodes. 774-992-8702 is the phone number if you want to give us a call. Feel free to call in if you've been listening to the show
Oh, my
for
God, yeah.
the last 12 years and you want to call in and talk about your favorite moments. By all means, do that. By all means, give us a call if you've never listened to the show and you want to call in and get your thoughts in on the Broncos, the Patriots, the Colts, the Chiefs, whatever's going on in the NFL, the World Series. We got Dodgers and Blue Jays.
Awful.
Kind of the one, like my last choice. But honestly, I mean, the Dodgers were inevitable. It was never to be inevitable. They were going to get there no matter what. There's going to be.
You know the Dodgers are going to win.
You know what? I'm going to have so much sugar coursing through my veins tonight. I'm
not going to sleep.
Yeah, I might not. Whoops.
I think I'm going to go home and wake my kids up.
I'm gonna be playing
Just to be
video
a
games
jerk.
all night. Joey Fats Radio, row 1, seat 1.
Of course, you already know. Well,
Jelly,
I love you, brother.
What's up, bud? Thanks for the call, man.
Hey, just Jelly. How you guys doing?
Good, buddy. How are you?
What's up, man?
Good. 500 episodes. Awesome. Love it.
Thank you.
I was clicking through and just looking when I was going through my Facebook. I just wanted to give my love to you guys. It's been a while. I haven't been home.
Hey,
Yeah,
It's phenomenal.
It's been a minute.
Quick question. Like I said before, and I put in there. What do you think the deal is now? Look at all the injuries we have now. When the injuries were less before, when these guys like L2 were smoking crack and just murdering people, like on every fucking play, and just that was it with less pads.
Mhm.
Like these guys were coming and fighting every day, and now these guys just get destroyed.
yeah.
The injuries are far worse. They're far farther. There's way more. Like my fucking fantasy teams went to shit.
Yeah.
I think every year, and I think right now that most people's fantasy teams really went bad.
So I know.
Shit
So
injuries,
I
bro.
know me and Joey have talked about this many times before, and you hear a lot of the old timers talk about it. You'll hear the current coaches who used to play. You'll hear all the old time coaches who used to say it. These guys are not allowed to build up essentially a callus of injuries or like a shell of getting hit. These guys are not used to getting hit anymore. So Vrabel talks about it. Belichick talks about it. All the old time players talk about it. When you went through two-a-days, when you went through church and shells, when you went through Oklahoma drills, when you went through tackling practices, you were getting all those hits. You were taking all that punishment early on in training camp days. By the time you got to week 1, you were prepped. You were ready for week 1. You didn't see as many injuries. You had already that callus built up, and you were like, I was used to taking these hits a month ago. Yeah, you had more injuries in training camp, but that's because it was in training camp. Your body was getting used to it then. By the time you get to the regular season, your body was already used to it. A lot of coaches have said they wish we would go back to that style of play. They said, fine, take away, maybe the helmet-to-helmet stuff inside of training camp, fine, but give us back the more padded practices so guys can get tackled more. Guys can get, used to the hits essentially more. Because
That's right there.
Yeah.
Like Joey always said before, too, which is funny because you saw that shit with fucking Dickhead. He was like, we're going to have a professional flag football league. You called it before, and we're like, wait a minute, we're definitely not going to strive away from tackle. But for some reason, it seems like this motherfucker really wants to go like flag side and have another league of just bitch shit.
Yeah, what's happening?
Well, what is
2028?
Let me ask you this.
Official.
I mean, to me, and I base this on absolutely nothing but my own observations. Okay, so I could be way off base here, but I doubt it.
Well, the NFL's promoting it. A flat football league is coming.
I know that, but I'm saying
not even that one. Here's another one. Why are we going overseas? All these games that we're doing? Because are we going NFL? Are we gonna go National Football League? And we're gonna have teams like because when I was in Frankfurt, Germany, they had semi-professional teams.
The Frankfurt Galaxy.
Yeah.
They made it or they got cut, and they ended up working and playing for teams in Frankfurt. They used the stadiums in Germany that the soccer games were there for and shit, and they were phenomenal. They were super loud and stupid though because they had them fucking stupid vuvuzelas.
Yeah.
But
Oh my God,
Galaxy
those
was
things that
actually-
absolutely
yeah,
ruined the
these guys
2010
were
World
deep.
Cup or 2008 World Cup.
Yeah, they used the World Cup stadiums.
Yeah.
Yes.
But when you went to Germany, I'm not gonna lie. I think even when you went there, the shit they had outside and everything was better than. Well, you tailgate at your team's game, Patriots. When you went over there, they had so much shit outside it was nuts. Like body painting and fucking. But the Germans are nuts because they drink like fucking fiends. But
Mm-hmm.
they didn't have that Frankfurt Galaxy to play and fucking do that. They really did put on a spectacle, and it was the Americans that were there because we partied with them. They used to come to the Marine House. When I was there in Frankfurt, we used to have that team come to the Marine House. They used to party with us.
That's fucking awesome.
You know what I'm saying? Because they knew it. We used to go there doing the sidelines and town or whatever. Hey, party at the Marine House tonight. They knew in Frankfurt, dude, they'd come over and hop in.
So
That's awesome.
I
I guess you're in the NFL Europe. You're a young kid. You're trying to make the league. You got nothing else to do. Fuck yeah, I'll go party with a bunch of Marines.
So long story short, I work with someone that played on the. Did he play for the Frankfurt Galaxy? He played in NFL Europe. He's an older gentleman now, but he was a running back and special teams player for NFL Europe. He never made it to the NFL.
Yeah.
But he's a bigger gentleman. He played a few years in NFL Europe. He said great experience, just as tough as it is, as you think it is, that's how it was. So a lot to unpack of what you just said. The NFL absolutely wants to add 4 expansion teams, and they want it to be a 36-team league soon, as early as probably 2030. And I know that sounds like, 2030, that's a good ways away. That's 4 years away. Think about it.
4 years away, yeah. And then what? They want to have overseas teams. So we're going to have, like, the Frankfurt Galaxy. And
They want England. They want Canada. They want Mexico. And they want Spain. Those are the ones they want.
Well, they went to Brazil, and I remember the dude that was going to Brazil, they said when you go to Brazil, they wouldn't even let the players leave.
They don't want to go to Brazil because they don't want to. Yeah, they don't want to go to Brazil. I think Mexico is even a far cry. I don't think they should even go to Mexico. I think they're just doing Mexico because of North.
Mexico's football, soccer. No, I'm saying football as in soccer. You can't go to Mexico for regular football.
I think they're just saying Mexico because Mexico is still North America, so they're trying to keep it all on the same continent for the most part.
Logistically, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Then you got to so guys from California and shit going to drive over the border and go to fucking. I lived there in Tijuana. I built the consulate that was over there. Fuck that place. It's dangerous as shit.
Oh, same thing with Canada, though. I mean, the Patriots, when they had to go up to Canada, the Patriots would go up there. Remember Tyler and Malloy were buying coke and getting busted with hookers and stuff like that over the border years ago.
You're not going to get kidnapped in Canada.
No, you're not going to get kidnapped. But.
No, the only thing you listen, I did get kidnapped by a stripper in Canada one time.
Okay, well, okay.
I mean, that was she definitely twisted my arm and definitely made me stay in that booth.
Big arm and tell you need to come over here, big boy.
No, this is like 21 years, so 2004.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was
married, obviously.
04, I think it might have been the spring of 04, 05. No, 04, because the Lakers and the Pistons were playing in the finals. So it was 04. It was the spring of 04. We went up. And, this stripper, dude, I mean, she was definitely not hot. She was, Those fake tits were so fake, and her ass was so not perfect, and her body was so not ridiculous. Just in case my wife's still listening. And I definitely didn't accidentally lose track of all time while I was in that booth, and then have to go up to one of my boys and be like, it was actually my wife's uncle, and go up to it.
Jesus.
And they thought I'd gotten kidnapped, and what? Hi, babe. Hi, how's it going? Not talking about the time I got kidnapped by a stripper in Canada and then had to ask your uncle to bail me out so I wouldn't get my ass kicked by the two 350-pound guys that were standing at the door, which wasn't even the scariest part.
Motorcycle week.
The scariest part was the like 5'5" dude with the ponytail in the suit. That guy scared the shit out of me.
In 5 minutes.
So that was it. So when I went and I grabbed PJ, PJ and Smallwood are like going out the door of the strip club, and I come downstairs and they're like, and I'm like, dude, PJ, and he's like, listen, he's like, dude, where the fuck have you been? And I'm like, long story, like complicated story. He goes, I was like, but I fucked up, and he's like, what do you mean you fucked up? And I'm like, I need your credit card.
Unbelievable.
Like,
no.
And he's like, how much? I'm like, don't worry about it. I'll pay you back when we get back home. But I just, and meanwhile, there's like these, like I said, there's two 350-pound, 6'7" gorillas, and then this one 5'5" guy in a suit, full like 3-piece suit with a ponytail, slicked back hair and a ponytail, with their arms crossed, like telling me like, you're not leaving until you pay. And I'm like, okay, hold on, let me just find my boys. And they're like, okay, go find your boys. They better be here. I was probably going to be a dead man that night. But
Wow.
That's the kind of trouble you get into in Canada.
So yes, I know that was a wild skew from what we were just talking about, but the NFL is absolutely.
So it's going back to what fucking Madrid. So really, gonna have a team in Madrid.
Yes,
The
but
fuck
here's
is playing Madrid? The players that leave. You got fucking dude. You get jet lag and shit. Nobody wants to play overseas.
No, they don't. But here's another thing you have to think about too. If you have a home team in England, okay, that home team, 50% of their games are going to have the royalty tax. So if you're going to have a world NFL team, so it becomes the WNFL. That sounds like the Women's National Football League. If it becomes that sounds fucked up. If it becomes the World National Football League, and then your home London team, right? If they have a royalty tax, if those guys are getting paid, I have to pay 50% royalty tax. No one is going to want to play for that London team. And then the rest of the team gets taxed on whatever state you go to. You're going to have an economic situation where that team is going to field a shit team continuously. There's all these working problems that they need to figure out way ahead of time before they even add these.
I think it's funny. I think they do it to watch the people go there and, hey, look at. Nobody gives a fuck about the NFL overseas. I'm sorry to tell you.
No, they don't. But the NFL is trying to make it a world game because
they're about actual football, which is soccer.
They only care about TV deals. That's all they care about.
Exactly. So let me ask. So Jelly, just to kind of give you my take on this, and this is, like I said, this is my thoughts, my theory. What is the number one overhead that the NFL has to deal with for a good for a service that they are no longer receiving, i.e., the players, right? So the players retire. What is the biggest overhead that the NFL has for guys that are not giving back to the current product, right? They're not out producing on the field, so now you have to pay through them through insurance because they have all these injuries and all these health concerns and all this stuff. So the NFL's health insurance premiums are sky high. So how does the NFL mitigate that? Well, we don't want to pay for players after the fact, after they've already been paid for, especially when they're well into their 60s, 70s, and 80s, and they're really starting to feel the effects of all the of playing football for their whole lives. So what do? Well, let's legislate hitting out of the game. Okay, so they've started to do that. They've started, we see the flags, and you can't hit anybody anymore. It's a pussy game, blah, blah, blah. We all know it. It's not the same as it was 20 years ago. Okay, that's still not enough. Now, okay, what do we do? So what next? Well, what if we just played flag football? It'd be the same kind of thing. We could make it work. We're the NFL. We could shove this down everybody's throat. Right, but how are we going to get people to watch football? Because people watch for the hits. Wrong.
Yes,
people.
Exactly it. But want to watch somebody get smashed, bro.
No, you and I do because you and I grew up in that era. But this new generation of people, And go ask anybody under like 25, I would say, or even 27, 28.
Just care about numbers.
They don't give a fuck. They think it's fucking heinous when somebody delivers an illegal hit.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Brains
they do.
so
And
ruined.
trust
Oh,
me.
Jesus.
I listen. I live on Twitter all the time. I see it every day. That hit has
Jesus,
that
was
hit
such
that
a bad hit. Look
that
at
hit
his
has
brain.
no business in the game. Okay.
His brain must be scrambled. Oh,
So-
Jesus.
So Jelly, so the NFL says, okay, well, let's put flags on them. So now they've begun to condition the younger generation to dislike the big hit because it's barbaric and it's hellacious and it has no place in modern society.
Yeah.
It's
All right,
called
fine, fair enough.
football, You fucking
Trust me,
jabronis.
you're preaching to the choir, brother. I get it, but I'm telling you what the NFL is thinking. So now the NFL is looking at this and they're saying, okay, but how are we going to sell people on a sport where there's no big hits, there's nearly no physical action? I know. Let's legalize gambling and let everybody gamble on it every single week. Because then,
fuck you.
because
these
then now,
motherfuckers gamble on themselves, dude. Because in Florida, dude, I only have one option. You guys in Massachusetts can gamble on 50 different platforms.
yeah, I know you guys are run by the fucking Indians down there.
We are run by the Indians, dude. We literally have one platform that we can bet on, which is fucking the goddamn was it the fucking
The Seminoles
oh
own it.
no, the Hollywood,
Holly-
Seminole Hollywood,
Yeah, Hollywood.
Seminole Hollywood Casino. That's all we
Yeah.
got. Hollywood Casino. There's
Yep.
one app we can use in Florida.
Yep.
Damn.
But don't worry, that'll change because you know why? Because the NFL is worth billions, soon to be worth $1 trillion at some point. Because now that gambling is legalized, they're going to generate more revenue every single year. So the NFL's overall plan, in my opinion, is to ultimately have a 64-team international flag football league that is completely driven by fantasy numbers and gambling. Because you already see it, dude. They're already introducing all these advanced metrics with the DVOA and all this other bullshit.
Yes.
They're pushing
Yeah,
it.
so it's gonna come down to money, dude. So you're literally gonna make the game pussy. Nobody's gonna watch that shit.
But
also,
Jelly, but they are. You know why? Because they're gonna sit there and they're gonna look at their phones, and every time they win $50 or $100 or whatever, it's that dopamine hit that they so need, and their bodies are going to physically crave it. They are creating a generation of fucked people.
Also, they can keep stars longer.
That too.
Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is
bullshit.
Well, Saudi Arabia is going to pay Tom Brady $75 million to play flag football for like 2 games.
Yeah, that's the new. Oh, actually, no, I'm lying. So what was it? What did they offer? Saudi Arabia offered
$75 million. $75 million.
15 point. First he was like, no. They were like $6 million. He was like, no. So they were like, we'll give you $1 billion. He was like, cool.
Yeah, he's getting $75 million for one game of flag football.
And guess what? They can afford it, and they don't care.
Yeah, they don't care.
They can afford it, and they don't care. But you know what it's going to do?
Brother, I lived there. I was there. I lived in fucking, dude. I lived in Dahara.
Oh,
yeah.
trust me, I know. I believe me. You and I have had these conversations before. I know. I
the last time I called you was when I was there. Might have been.
Might have been. Yeah, it was either that or no. I think you were. Were you in?
Know what to do with it.
Weren't you in Korea? I think you were in Korea at that point.
Might have been Korea. No, I think I was leaving, going to Hawaii. I think it was going to Hawaii.
Okay, so yeah, so you were in transit somewhere last time we talked to you on the air.
Damn.
But
Anyway,
yeah,
I was in transit, but this one now, dude. So this one, when I was in Saudi, these motherfuckers got so much money over there, dude. They don't even know what to do with it.
no, they don't, and that's why they're paying Tom Brady $75 million to play a flag football game.
Yeah, for
Bro,
one.
it's ridiculous, dude. You go over there and these fucking people, dude. Like we lived in a fucking compound that was awesome and shit, but you got to be careful with people. You still got to look around because if you watch the movie Zero Dark 30, that happened right down the road from where I was at. Was the hotel that they killed all the Americans? That was literally like 100 blocks, not even from fucking where we built the consulate over there.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude, that part of the world is no fucking joke, dude.
The food was good and all that, but you had to watch your ass, dude. Obviously, you had to fucking watch your six.
I mean, that's why I laugh at all these people when they're out there, their No Kings protests, and they got these, free Gaza flags. And
well, they have a king over there, and if you're gay, dude, or if you even think of walking around being gay, dude, then you'll just disappear.
Well, that's my favorite part about the Queers for Palestine group.
Oh yeah, dude, that's the dumbest shit.
It just makes me laugh every fucking time, but. That's another topic for another show. But anyway, my point is that ultimately the NFL is gearing towards why are we doing these London games, Mexico City games, Brazil games, all this shit? Because they're testing the waters. They're getting ready to have a 64-team international flag football league where the talent pool is going to be overflowing with people. You're going to have, it's going to be all run by gambling and fantasy football, and that's going to be the whole basis of it now. The game is going to be second tier to the gambling because it used to be you got that dopamine hit on Sundays when your team won.
Mm-hmm.
Now you get that dopamine hit when you put in a parlay and you win at 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
But the dopamine of what, dude? To watch people grab flags? I don't want to watch that.
It doesn't matter. As long as you see that money hit your account, people get excited for it. It's like it's like.
On that.
But
that's like not bet worthy. It's like fucking. I'd rather bet on Slapbox or fucking or UFC.
Jelly, ask around. You and I both have friends that we know that are mutual friends of ours. I have friends that will literally bet on fucking anything. They will call me. They've never watched. I mean, I have friends calling me out of the blue on Sundays. They've never watched a NASCAR race a day in their life. Hey, who do you like today? I got nothing to bet on. In the middle of the summer or in the spring when there's really nothing going on. I got a friend who will literally bet on fucking ping pong. I mean, I've thrown down parlays on fucking professional darts before.
Jesus Christ.
You know what I
the
mean?
ping pong person.
He's in our fantasy league.
I know,
Exactly.
I know.
Shadis is a savage. He will bet on anything.
Well, whatever. Yeah, but you play darts. You can fucking bet on that. I'm just talking about. I mean, people will bet on.
But I'm just saying, if it's available to bet on, people will bet on it. I mean,
of course.
and that's a tale as old as time.
What's the new website that's out now, dude? You can literally bet on anything. Like you could literally go on the
Polymarket.
Polymarket.
Jimmy Kimmel's gonna talk shit tonight about Trump and put $50 on it and win 150.
Polymarket.
Yeah, Polymarket. There's a bunch of them. South Park just did a whole episode about it.
Gotta love them.
Yeah.
Greatest show made.
I mean, seriously, but yeah, like you said, you can bet on anything these days, and that's what the NFL I think is gearing towards. They're going towards a model that is going to that football is going to become secondary. The game itself is secondary. It's all about the numbers, the statistics, and the gambling, and people gambling on it, and that is what is going to drive this league.
Yeah, but I don't believe that, dude, because we still have enough people in this world that don't want to watch flag football. They're like, dude, why would I want to watch the Patriots
don't worry.
play fucking...
But here's the thing, Jelly. You know what'll happen is
he grabbed the flag. Wow, he's down. Oh, God, that's great. Oh, what amazing.
Oh, did he pull the flag before he crossed the yard line to be like the yard to game?
Did he trip his leg when he was running? Did he trip him? Was that a trip?
Oh, did he stiff arm? Yeah. Trust me, I can see it. I can see it coming. But there'll be an offshoot league of actual football players that want to still play real, football, old school football, the way it was intended to be played. Like, Vince McMahon or somebody or Shane McMahon will start the league.
Damn.
The Rock or something like that, and they'll start a USFL or XFL, whatever.
USFL got bought out, right?
And it'll take. But you know what the thing is, though? The problem is that
the women playing the lingerie football league are fucking tougher than that.
Listen, you're preaching to the choir.
That shit was banging. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that shit was awesome.
I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't care. Whatever he says. Those are some tough girls, dude.
Well, you know what they did? They just went to like the local roller derby rinks and found the chicks that were like the hottest chicks that roller derbied.
Yeah, we got a great roller derby team out of New Bedford.
Do we really?
Yeah, they're there. Look them up. They're there.
I will. And that shit's dope. I mean, I like roller derby. I think it's just fun. They like grab each other by the hand, like fling each other by, like bump drafting. It's fucking sick.
Yeah, no, that was a thing still.
They were hitting each other with power.
That's what I'm saying. What's his name in Family Guy said? He goes, "I love me a good cankle," and this.
Oh my God.
I love. Me, I love me haunches, and this sport is all haunches, baby. But Jelly, thanks for the call, bud. We appreciate you reaching out on our 500th episode, man. It's good to hear from you, bud.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love you. I'm in Florida anyway.
I know, but
you. Yeah, I missed you last time. You were actually going on a cruise, so you didn't come close. But next time you come down, hit me up.
Where I will because I'll be down there. I won't be down there in February for the 500 this year, so I'll actually have some free time next time I'm down there. I'll be able to like go around and do stuff because I won't be on a schedule. So I'll definitely let you know.
Hit me up, brother. Hey, love you guys, dude. 500 to you guys. Awesome. Love you guys, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Jelly. We appreciate it, man.
John, much appreciated.
America, baby. Enjoy that sunshine and that freedom.
Yeah, sir.
Peace.
Take care, man.
774-99. Wait, what is it? 774-992-8788. God, Jesus Christ. 774-992-8702. God, there we go. It's only been 500 episodes I've had to say this number. So
I still didn't learn.
Actually, we changed it. So it's only been
we had to change it one time.
I think it's only been like 200 episodes with this number. But Appreciate the call, Jelly, coming out of the glorious state of Florida. He's traveled the world through his drive, so he's seen some shit. He knows some shit. He's a smart cat. I like him a lot. He's a good dude. Great loyal listener. We appreciate the shit out of you guys. So keep it coming. Keep the calls coming. We'll be here for the next however long it takes, I guess.
We'll stay here for a while.
But the whole thing is, Sean, with the NFL and the flag football, we alluded to this last week. We were going to get into it, but we ran out of time.
We touch on it all. It feels like all the time. It comes up constantly.
Yeah, it's just there is an angle, an aspect, if you will, to where the NFL is taking the league. And I've been saying this for years. I mean, I remember back in 2004, John Lynch's first season as a Denver Bronco, and they played the Bucs in, I think, week 4 or 5 at home in Denver. And it was John Lynch's first, game against his old team, and he was super nervous. And Michael Clayton, the rookie receiver for the Bucs, gets a ball. He goes down to the ground. John Lynch runs by him and touches him, doesn't jump on him, and just taps him. But he gets up and runs and goes to the end zone. And they go back and they review it. Oh, he was up off the ground before he, before the touch came. His knee, nothing was down. He wasn't down. And John Lynch is arguing with the ref, saying like, he's like, if I come over here and blast him, you're going to throw a 15-yard penalty on me. He's like, what am I supposed to do? That was 2004. It had already started to shift.
Yeah.
This has been a long-term plan for this league. This is nothing new.
And
just follow
the
money and follow the writing on the wall. And it's very, very simple to see.
It's been going that way, and it's going to keep going that way for a long time. It's going to just keep shifting towards that more offense, more playmakers, more fantasy, more gambling. You're just going to see that constant shift towards offense, gambling, and fantasy. That's everybody these days. Everybody's geared towards that. How can we score more points? How can we make more money? How can we advertise this? How can we market this? How can we make more sales? How can we, pump more jerseys out, more advertising, more T-shirts, more hats, more everything you can possibly get out of it? It's all done through offense, all done through gambling, all done through these playmakers. That's everything. And then every week we're seeing more and more stuff. I know we make jokes about it, but they're advertising 2028, the Flag Football League. In between games, like we're seeing our own games, they show the Eagles. They'll show Jalen Hurts make a play, and they'll be like, hey, speaking of Jalen Hurts making a play, look at this flag football play from the local Philadelphia community.
Yeah. Oh, look at the Women's Flag Football League.
It's like, I don't give a shit.
Have you noticed Oakley?
Yes.
Their campaign
the
for the glasses
visors
that stay glued
no
to
matter
your head
what.
no matter what during.
Yeah.
Because Oakley has obviously been the leader in active wear sunglasses forever, right? I mean, I'm an Oakley whore.
Yeah.
Through and through. I will never stop rocking Oakleys. To me, they are the best. I mean, not only are they the best sunglasses, they're the best looking sunglasses. They got the most flair. They got the coolest designs. They got the best looking shit, best colors. And I'm not afraid to admit it. If Oakley wanted to offer me a sponsorship right now, I would take him on for free. I wouldn't even be like, you give me one pair of sunglasses a year, and I will plug your shit like you're paying me $10 million. Like, for all 11 viewers that are watching our show right now. Which, let's go. Come on, boys. Let's pump, like and share. Pump those numbers up. Those are fucking rookie numbers, all right? Let's go. I want to see some.
All right, Matthew McConaughey.
I want to see some more. See some more people. 500 fucking episodes. We've been giving you guys gold for 500 episodes.
So
you should be sharing this with all your friends. Everybody should.
But yes, but what you said about Oakley is a true statement too. Oakley is also getting ahead of the game too, where they know hey, the big shift's coming. Let's get ahead of this. Let's start making some active wear where we can start saying, hey, these visors, if you're not wearing a helmet, it's protective of your whole face.
They got the AI ones with the headphones in them now and all this other shit. And they got tons of stuff coming up. Darkness.
Oh, my goodness.
Holy shit.
You know what? I'm glad you called. I was actually going to I was going to text you and tell you to call in because you were a big part of this 500 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
You've been.
I was there. What 250?
You were there for Jesus Christ, dude, for years. You were there for years, and a contributor to like no other. But you know what? I didn't text you. You know why? Because I was actually going to call you in the second hour.
Oh,
I was just going to call you, but you called in, so never mind. Like here you are now, anyway. But I was going to call you. I didn't tell Sean that, but I was just going to say, we're going to make a phone call real quick.
We're just gonna call someone randomly.
randomly, and I knew you
just
would
called
know. I knew
911.
you would know what the number was, and I knew you would answer it. So I wasn't worried. I mean, unless of course you were busy with like kids and family and shit like that. But
No, it's fucking Tuesday. Come on.
listen, I don't know what your schedule is, bro. But
Well, I mean, it's the same as it always was. Yeah, the kids are here, but they're old. They wipe their own ass. It's not.
Oh, I know. But
He
I mean,
sends us a voicemail.
he's
No.
like they're probably at the point where they're like, oh God, Dad, go away,
I mean, not yet, but like we're close.
I feel like my
But I was
son's
actually
like
going to call you because Keith, Keith, a.k.a. Darkness, was a huge part of Row 1, Seat 1 and getting us to where we are today. And I'm glad you actually called in because I did want to do a quick look back at some of the shit we've done.
Mm-hmm.
And Keith was a part of all of these for the most part.
Correct.
I think I think every single one of
Well,
them.
this is
except
good
one.
because I had a top 5 moments in Row 1, Seat 1 history.
But
so.
all right, so give me your let's hear. Give us your top 5 moments.
shit.
So, obviously, hello, boys. Hello. Good job. 500.
Thank you.
500.
You as well.
Great. So top 5. All right. In no particular order. Although I will say probably the number 1 ever was when Joey walked off the show.
Wait.
This is boring.
Wait, which is what was the main cause of that? I don't remember what that.
You don't remember?
No.
Oh my God.
I remember it. I remember
Jalen Ramsey versus Stephon Gilmore on who is an elite QB,
Corner.
CB.
Who's in the elite corner.
That
And
was
you were
the
like,
topic?
oh, it's Gilmore all day by far.
And I just said, this is boring. And I went downstairs and started playing Call of Duty.
That's right.
Dude, and then the sloth
you guys
took over the chair.
And then the sloth was in the chair.
Yes.
And then
you guys
Joey put on Call of Duty at like 600 volume.
Yeah.
And Lauren started tweaking the fuck out.
She was like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, go on. Just calm down. I'm doing a bit.
And then
Oh,
you know what? Time has proven me right. Jalen Ramsey's an asshole.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
he's an asshole, but I mean,
but
he's
I think
better
time's proven me
career.
right. I think Jalen Ramsey was the much better corner.
I mean, he still is
He's still
the better
playing.
corner.
Gilmore is, I think he's
Gilmore
still in the
started
league.
earlier.
Yeah, but he's ass. I mean,
Nah.
outside of that one bunk-ass Defensive Player of the Year award, which I still can't believe they gave him, but it was such a down year for defensive players, so I guess they had to. But aside from that 1 year, he was ass, dude. He was so overrated.
he was really good that year, though.
He was actually. I went back and looked because I was like, wait, was I
Shut
really?
down.
Was I wrong?
No, he was
I was like,
really
was
good
I was
that
like,
year.
was I wrong to like give him as much shit as I did? And I went back and looked at his numbers. He was a good corner that year, but he wasn't like Champ Bailey 06 good or like PS2 last year.
He won
good
us
or
the
none of
NFC
this shit.
championship
Who was?
by himself.
I mean, fuck.
No, I know, but like that's what I use as the
Big
measuring
thing here is
stick.
like,
He
no,
beat
he's
the
not
Jacksonville
Charles Woodson
Jaguars
or anything
himself.
like that.
Well, yeah, but no, he didn't because the only reason he beat the Jacksonville Jaguars was because what's his name there, fucking that Malcolm Butler couldn't fucking cover anybody. I think Malcolm Butler in those 2 playoff games against the Titans and the Jags that year gave up like 11 catches for like 180 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, so fucking
Listen,
Gilmore
Against
has
the
to do
Jags
everything.
and the
The only
Titans.
reason why they lost the Jags was because they called it a fumble.
No,
yeah,
we won.
No, because they blew it dead. They called it a fumble, but they blew it
They
dead.
called it a fumble, and then they blew it dead.
Because what's his name there? The linebacker
Miles Jack.
was on
Yeah.
his way to the house with that one.
You know what's funny? Miles Jack
Anyway.
basically ruined his career. Like that
Yeah.
ruined his career.
Yeah? Yeah, no
we
bullshit.
never heard from him afterwards.
Yeah.
So that was the number 1 moment of all time. I mean, we can't beat that.
No, that was pretty good. That
Holy
was funny.
shit! I forgot all about
This
that.
If
is
we're
boring.
going on comedic performances.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
Warren Moon.
Warren Moon
Warren
is
Moon's my
that's,
favorite.
That's definitely
I mean,
number 2 for sure.
Warren Moon. Like, I don't even
He was
have
just
to
so
say anything
polite.
else.
Yeah.
That dude gave us an hour.
No reason to either.
None.
Hold on. The best part about it was coming home, turning on ESPN, and seeing that he gave them 3 minutes.
Yeah. That's he with ESPN station, he gave us an hour of his own time.
Yes.
Answered questions about
He was
Cam
he
Newton
was
joining
an
the
open
Patriots.
book.
He was just so
Yes.
happy to just talk about us and just talk with us about sports and in general.
I'll never forget how stoked he was to come on, and he was so gassed. He's like, row 1, seat 1 with number 1. I like the
Yeah,
sound
absolutely.
of that.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, he's actually paying attention. Like he knows he's knowing who we are. Like
we asked him about his like local charity that he's a part of. He wants to plug it, and he was like, yeah, sure. And he's like, I do this, I do that, and he was great gentleman,
awesome,
so polite.
One of the nicest guys.
Honestly, that was one of the best conversations I've had with somebody that I don't know ever in life.
Yeah, that was so cool. He didn't no business giving us that long either. And then we kind of were just like, hey, we don't want to take up like your whole night. Like, this was great. Thank you so much. And like, we cut him off, and he was like, hey, guys.
And he was like,
you.
nah, man, it's been great. Like, honestly.
I think he was just so happy to like be like on a show where he could talk and like talk about himself a little bit rather than have to answer like prefabbed questions.
And we weren't gonna drill him with like, hey, so 8 years ago you got hit with sexual assault. What about that? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
we weren't pulling no
well,
punches.
I mean, I think it was and by the way, I'll just say good job to us on that, because I feel like we asked him the right stuff and let him talk the right amount.
Yes, we did. I think that was one of our, if not, that was our best jobs as I would say, like, not, I don't want to say journalists, but as radio hosts, we did a great job because
just knowing
we
what
asked
to
open
ask.
it. The trick is ask open-ended questions and then let them talk.
Right.
No one wants to hear the guest. We're not trying to talk at the guest. You know what I mean? The guest doesn't give a shit about what we have to say.
Right.
They're here because they want to talk about themselves, and we let that happen. And
you want stories. You want to hear the flow.
We wanted to get him.
Well, and that's what we did. That was great. Like, Joey, you hit the nail on the head talking about the Buffalo game.
Yep.
Sean, you hit the nail on the head asking him about Cam Newton.
Yeah, he loved Cam.
And then I got him to talk about his fingernails. Everything it was perfect.
Fucking fingernails.
Oh, right, because how he manicured him because he believed that helped him throw the ball better.
But it did.
And how he used to have to hear that pop coming off the ball, and if he didn't hear it, he knew he had to go and file his nail.
And just the prettiest fucking deep ball of all time, still to this day.
Yep. So that's
until Drake
two.
May. Drake May now has the.
Oh,
prettiest.
shut up.
I mean, I can
about to
wrap
play
up
Call of
Jared
Duty again.
Schuster and Dana Barros into one.
Yes.
Yep. Those are two awesome
because
interviews.
Dana was cool, gave us a bunch of time.
And I love the fact that the first thing he noticed and called me out for was the Lakers flag in the background.
He's like, what is this shit?
And he was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, sorry, bro.
1,000%. So, like, we can wrap those two into one because
Jared was great, too.
he was just getting started, but like, Dana was Dana.
Hell yeah.
So what's that? 3. So I don't know if you guys remember the show. I want to say it was maybe my first year in when you had that what's his face called up from Tennessee.
Oh, Antron Peebles.
Peebles.
Yes, Peebles.
Tron, yeah, my boy Big Tron, dude. Yeah, national champion.
That was also a great
national
show.
champion with the Tennessee Volunteers. I still talk to Big Tron every now and then. I stay in touch with him. Yeah, I'm still. I was chatting with him the other day, not too long ago, because Tennessee was playing on a college football Saturday, and he was during halftime. He did a live stream, and I chimed in, and we were shooting the shit. And I think he even went out of his way to say, like, hey, man, I didn't forget. Next time I see my boy A-Dub, I'm going to holler at him about coming on your show. So he definitely remembers us.
Oh, that's
which
what's
I
up.
thought was really cool.
And then I will say our first ever draft special.
The draft special was fucking lights out, dude.
That was awesome.
Which was the first one that we did live?
I want to say it was 2020. I think.
Was that COVID?
I think
No, we did the year before.
So it was 19.
2019?
We did 2019 because then the year after, Sean and I did it alone on Zoom.
Okay.
Right, because I had to work.
Because that was the Nike one. Remember when we were crying about Nike?
Oh, okay, the dog. That's right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So 2019 was our first one.
2019, I was red hot. And I think I nailed, like, was it 27
Dude.
out of the 32 picks?
Yeah, that was the Kyler Murray draft. You're right.
But that was easy because I was nailing the picks at, like, obviously it's hard to do, like, in advance because if you get one pick, then the rest of your draft is all fucked up. But as I knew the picks, like if I get the pick wrong, then I was like, all right, now I know the next pick is much easier. So that's why not to pat myself in the back, but it was easy to do live.
That's all right. Listen,
you know what I mean?
you were like 94%, so like you can pat yourself on the back.
Yeah, dude, you ripped that one.
That was crazy.
Like,
that draft.
Like, me and Joey were just striking out left and right, just trying to defy you. And it was like,
in basketball terms, you would have been unconscious from behind the arc.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I mean, I could just say that's like top 5 shows just wrapped up in a few years of goodness because let's face it, every Tuesday night we had a fucking blast.
Man.
So,
We did, and I forgot about the draft show. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up because I was actually trying to think of my top moments on the shows.
I
and
didn't
the-
even think about the draft
the,
shows. The draft
you know
shows are
what's-
just like unconscious.
You know
for
what's
me.
funny, Keith? Is "This Is Boring" was definitely
Yeah.
in one of my top fives because that was just because you know how many times like I'll just be walking around the house and like I'll be flipping through the channels on a Sunday and like football sucks and everything sucks and I'm like, this is boring. The shit. I mean, I'll just be like, this is boring, and just talking
absolutely.
shit. Like Lauren will be like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'm like, nah,
don't worry about it.
you don't know.
Don't worry about it. You have to be there.
Yeah, she was. She just didn't get it.
Bok was on my mind.
Bok
Bok
was
Bok
there.
was great.
Because that was like one of my earliest ones where I just went on a fucking
Here come the
rant.
Seahawks, Bok.
Because
Oh,
they would
dude, that
always
was
let
great.
they would always let loose that stupid fucking bird. And I was like, what is that? What noise does that bird even make? Bark, 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 bark. And I just like would lose my mind. And that was when
Yeah.
everybody was a Seahawks fan. Everyone was like, yo, we're ride or die with Legion of Boom. And I'm like, just shut up.
Yeah, you're
you
like, Bok,
couldn't
Bok,
stand that.
bitch. How about that?
To see them finally lose and like all break up and then Pete Carroll just get stuffed in a locker is the best.
And Russell Wilson is just toilet.
Dude, you know what's funny? I saw a Raider fan this weekend on like Twitch or was it Twitch or TikTok Live or something, and he goes and he was watching the Patriots game. I don't know why he was watching the Patriots game, and he goes, "Yo, how the fuck did the Patriots get Tom Brady too?" And I got this black bitch, Geno Smith, and I burst out laughing. And it was just like the way he said it. It was just like he was like deeply hurt, and it just made me laugh so much.
I made reference to it earlier. The first ever paging Dr. Lauren.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you did earlier, yeah.
That was always a classic when it was like, oh, it's time to page Dr. Lauren.
Oh my god.
That was fucking funny.
Yeah, those
but
were always
those
good.
were always good ones. I gotta see. Like, I know I have the Bok audio somewhere. I just don't know where the fuck it is.
Oh, dude, it was in the intro forever.
It was, but I've changed PCs. I think 3 times since then. So I think it's on. It might be on. It's definitely on the Sword of 1,000 Truths. If it's not on my hard drive. So.
Shit.
But if it's not, it's in the Mixler sphere somewhere too. I can always go back and get it because I remember.
Might even be on the YouTube.
No, that one predated YouTube for sure. The original show anyway, because that was back when I was still in Ingraham Street behind Ma's Donuts.
Yeah, actually, this show, when it was on Mixler only,
Yeah.
was listened to by Steve Burton, and Steve Burton.
No, Steve.
Not Burton. not
Burke.
Burton.
No. He's the EEI guy, old EEI guy. Oh my
Shit.
God, Steve, not Burke.
I mean, how long ago are you going?
12 years,
This is like-
11 years.
So like before Kirk and fucking.
His health has really gone downhill now.
Oh my God, we just talked about him like 2 weeks ago,
I
3 weeks
know.
ago. Jesus Christ, yeah. Yeah, no, he found us on like Mixler and was like just left a comment, was like, "Hey, great job, guys, keep up the good work."
Nice.
And it was he was a
Buckley.
Steve Buckley.
He
Steve-
still follows me.
Yeah, Steve Buckley.
No shit.
Steve Buckley, yeah.
Yeah, good dude. But
So,
yeah,
so go ahead, Joe. I gave you my 5. What do you got?
so I didn't really come up with a full blown top 5. Number 1 for me, obviously, Warren Moon, just
Yeah.
because that was like our like crowning moment where like I was like, I'm sitting here talking to a childhood hero.
Yeah.
And here's this thing that this podcast that I started as a goof in my parents' basement as a hobby, because I got sick and tired of waiting for people to tell me I was good enough to be on the radio when I always knew I was, and I started my own thing, and then all of a sudden here I am in the attic of my house, and I'm interviewing Warren fucking Moon, and he's telling me stories about Earl Campbell and John Randall, 2 of my all-time favorite players. And I'm watching, and I'm like sitting here staring at a screen with Warren Moon on it, and I'm like, and he's talking to me. He knows.
Hey, listen, we broke the law that night. Remember that, Sean?
Oh, that's right, quarantine, right?
We broke the law that night
Yeah.
for Warren Moon.
No, hey, was that? Oh no.
No,
Remember-
that wasn't the.
Oh yeah, no. Remember, Joey was like, "Listen, we're not fucking zooming."
No, we couldn't. I don't think we could have. I don't think it would have worked. To be honest, we don't have the.
No.
Well, no,
Oh,
it did
yeah,
because we
no.
did that with Dana Barros. We were all zoomed with Barros.
No, we were, but you guys were we were zoomed in from within the studio. Remember, I had my
No,
laptop.
I shot
No.
Dana Barros in my basement.
Yeah, me too. I
Oh
was
yeah,
wrong.
yeah, that's right. But then when no,
But
remember
you were
because-
like,
remember
you
that
were like, no, it is Warren Moon.
yeah, like no, we're not taking this one lightly. Warren Moon would be, I think, my number one because, again, that was like the time when I was like, holy shit, like I'm interviewing an NFL Hall of Famer off this goof, this thing that I just, you know, that I created on a whim one day. And it was like, fuck it, I could make that work, you know? And then I went and I took out a personal loan from St. Anne's Credit Union, built my first ever PC, bought a mixer and a bunch of mics and said, yeah, this will work. I don't know. How am I going to pay for it? I'll figure that out later. And then I think number two, I mean, the interviews, obviously, those are going to dominate my top five because that was like the coolest shit ever because the whole point of doing this show was to talk about sports in a way that I wanted to talk about sports.
Yeah.
But it provided me avenues to do things that I never thought I would be able to do, like interview Warren Moon or Jared Schuster or Jarvis Green, Antron Peebles, Dijak, Connor Matthews, Dana Barros, like the whole, the whole roster of them that came on and did this show with us. But as far as like top five, like I think, oh man, I'm trying to think of like what were the other ones. I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed like the Kaepernick Kyrie shit because it was so controversial and it was so heavy-handed. And it was at a time where, like, we were at the point at that time, like, we were considered in the minority. And I remember saying that and being like, you know what? Like, someday, like, when this pendulum swings back, you know, we're going to be able to say, like, we never sacrificed our values. We never sacrificed what we felt like we owed the people to say what the truth was. And we stuck to our guns. We didn't conform. We didn't bend a knee. So I think that would probably be, like, you know, personally for me, in the growth of the show and the way that we did things, I can sit here comfortably and say, like, I've never curtailed to anybody.
Right.
And I've never bent my knee to anybody. And I've done things my way, and I think the show has turned out pretty fucking good the way I decided to do it.
Mm-hmm. And
for that, I'm super proud of it. You know what I mean? But other than that, but yeah, like, Bok was one of the, I mean, that's still one of the, This Is Boring is still up there for me.
That was fucking hilarious.
My
the
wife,
random R2D2.
Oh my god, dude, that was another fucking good one. But no, there's so many. You know, Darkness, like you and I doing the show the night after Ryan Newman took that nasty crash at Daytona.
Oh, dude.
You know,
I'll never forget that.
And you and I Sean wasn't here for that show for that night.
Yeah.
And because it was like, because Daytona got rained.
Yeah, remember we started late because we were like, we got to see if he's alive or not.
Well, yeah, we were watching the end of the race. Like, we were like, the race wasn't over. Denny Hamlin won that one. And I remember like doing that, like just you and I. And that was one of my, like, you know, like moments that sticks out to me. Kobe Bryant's death is another one that sticks out to me.
That was that was on my list. That I like we were gonna pick all the good ones.
I don't know if that's a top five moment, but it was just like a most like important.
No, but it was
like
just a good show.
A show that to like think about, like when you think of those shows, like you think of all the good shows, but you have to think of the shows that made you like think about like, holy shit, like we're here just talking about sports, but like this man died in a horrible helicopter crash that no one ever thinks that was going to happen. You know what I mean?
Right,
like,
nobody ever expects it. It's one of those unexpected things, and you know and what a horrible chain of events that was. Like the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, Kobe Bryant dies, the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, and then COVID happens. We're like, what the fuck did we do to deserve this as a society? But no, there's so many. I would have to go back and honestly think. I mean, I remember like, you know, like me and T going at it early, like back in the early days when we were still on Mixer. You know, no, not even like Hurricane Radio was a separate thing. That wasn't even Row 1C1. But like when I was me and T would, because it was T and Hilchey with the original co-hosts.
Yeah.
And me and T battling back and forth after the Broncos lost that Super Bowl in embarrassing fashion to the Seahawks, and you know, going back and forth and how we were going to, you know, rebuild this team to become a competitor, because obviously we were still not it at that point. And I thought me and T going back and forth was some of the best radio that we'd ever done. You know, just in terms of just how do I say it? Just pure emotional vitriol. Like, you know what I mean? Like two people on the same side wanting the same thing, but arguing to the death over what the best way to do it was. You know what I mean? So that was good. And, you know, big shout out to Hilchey and T, because obviously they're part of this 500 as well. You know, they helped get their show off the ground. I mean, Hilchey was here for years.
Didn't Hilchey come up with a name?
Hilchey,
I was going to say
Hilchey
that.
named Hilchey. Row 1 Seat 1 is Michael Hilchey's That's his name. He came up with that.
I'll take credit for the down in front.
No, that was me. You guys wanted. You did not want. No, down in front was mine.
Bullshit.
No, I wanted down in front, and you guys shot me down on down in front. Fuck you.
No. I said down in front, and that was supposed to be a segment when we were talking shit like Homer Simpson in the movie theater.
No, that's what I said. That was my thing. Don't steal my shit. I said down in front because we were the guys in the expensive seats that belonged in the bleachers, and everybody would be like,
that was supposed to be the whole shtick.
No, I wanted.
And I got shot down on
I wanted established year. That's what I wanted.
No, you guys shot me down on the down in front thing.
I wanted the established year.
Yeah. And then we went with nothing but hot takes for a little
Honestly,
while. Honestly,
some of the best shows that we had was Red Sox playoff baseball because you turned into a Houston fan.
Okay.
We talked about that. That was hilarious.
All right, first of all, I've always been a Houston fan. All right,
you know what I mean.
I was
like,
born
in
Houston,
Sox,
but when I
this.
denounced the Red Sox and I put the Yankees hat on,
and you bought a Yankees hat from Lids.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something, but I didn't say it.
Listen, that Astros
Still
series when Mookie caught the ball in the stands but didn't catch the ball in the stands.
Oh.
That might have been some of the best banter we've ever had on the show.
18?
It was 18.
18.
Because the Astros should have been back-to-back champs. By the way,
that might have been some of the best banter.
Did you see my boy 2017 Astros World Series MVP George Springer last night?
Oh, dog.
No. Taking Toronto to the World Series.
I mean, it doesn't matter. They're not going to beat the Dodgers.
Nobody is. I feel bad because Seattle and Toronto are both just fighting for the right to lose to LA in the World Series. But
With Keith on the phone, can we just talk about fucking Shohei with the unbelievable game he had? Striking out
ridiculous.
like 6 scoreless innings, and then he's like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna put the team on my back offensively too." 3 home runs.
I have this group chat that I've been in for a long time,
with
cards and all kinds of bullshit, and we were talking about it. And the way that I explained it to them was this, and Joey, I'm sure you'll agree. Barry Bonds is still the greatest baseball player to ever live.
100%. But Shohei Ohtani is creeping up.
But for one night, Shohei Ohtani was a god.
Dude.
And Barry Bonds would bow to him on that night.
First of all, Barry Bonds would never bow to that man.
I am telling you right now, Sean.
Never.
If Barry Bonds was playing in that game that night,
Barry Bonds would go into the clubhouse, inject 2 needles into both arms live in the game.
And come out the next day and hit like 4 home runs and whatever.
Listen,
yes, but that night.
When Ohtani, what was his second home run that he hit to center field, the 469-foot blast that went over the center field bleachers, I was like, I was telling my dad about it today. And my dad does, he stopped watching when the Red Sox lost because he's a Sox fan. He doesn't really care for baseball that much anyway. And I was just like, no, my dad, like, you got to watch this guy. Like, we've never seen anything like this in our lifetimes. Like, Babe Ruth was the last guy that did what this guy is doing. And
Babe Ruth didn't even do it.
Not as good as this.
No, not like this.
Right. Not as good as this.
And
he was throwing the fucking plumbers and paper boys.
Who said it.
Yeah.
But I want to say it was you, Joey, but it very well could have been Sean. Because Sean isn't really going on baseball. But
no, I don't.
MLB is doing now with Shohei what they should have did with Mike Trout years ago.
What, promote him?
Making him the face of the league?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Because Mike Trout was, even though Mike Trout didn't pitch, he was probably the best talent that we've seen in this league.
Well, he was that good.
He was.
And they wasted it.
Yeah,
they didn't market him. They chose to market other people that didn't stick around.
Right.
And it took until Shohei to get baseball back where it is. Like Ronald Acuna Jr., great player. Can't stay healthy.
Dead.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Like they've had flashes of people, but nobody that's been able. Even Shohei himself, how many times has he been not pitching or missing a season or whatever else? You know what I mean?
Yeah, Shohei has not been completely free of injury, but he's a unicorn because you don't see a guy. The way he pitched the other night. What do you have? You think he pitched 6 innings, 10 strikeouts,
10 Ks,
and then goes 3 for 3 with 3 bombs? Like, that's fucking unheard of, dude. Like, you just don't see that shit anymore because everybody now, these modern athletes they're so hyper specialized to do whatever one thing that they're really good at. If they're good at hitting, good, go hit. You're good at pitching, good, go pitch. They don't do both. Shohei is, like I said, he's a unicorn. Like, we don't ever see anybody that can do what he does, and then they can stick him in the field on the nights he's not pitching, and he's not a net negative. He's a positive. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And that's unfucking heard of.
Well,
It's unreal.
he stole 30 bases.
That's craziness. Like, I mean, and then to go and pitch every fifth day on top of it and have, I think he had like a sub 3.5 ERA on the year.
No, he's a great pitcher.
Not this year. Not this,
Oh, was
this
it
year.
last
was
What do you
not
have,
bad.
4?
Well, honestly, like when
I think
he
he was
started
hurt this
pitching,
year.
he got better as the year went
Yeah,
on.
he was hurt to start the year, right? Because he didn't
Yeah,
miss like
yeah.
a jump. But yeah, but you get what I'm saying though. Like he's not. He's not.
Oh yeah, no,
he's
a
not your
3 ERA guy.
Yeah, he's
Right.
not your ace, but he's a solid 2 or 3.
His ERA this
Oh,
year was
absolutely.
2.87.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Well,
yeah.
He was
good job
dominant
done.
this year.
All right, that's ace levels. Like,
Jesus Christ.
I mean, yeah, those are ace numbers, dude. So
Yeah.
when you have an ace that can hit 50 home runs, steal 30 bases, and go out and win you fucking 15 plus games as a pitcher, I mean, Jesus Christ, we're talking about worth every dime.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, and you know what the best and worst part about this is? The best part is we're getting to see it. The worst part is we'll probably never see it again, and you might not see it again for another 100 years.
And here's something that I can say we've all said on this show. We are lucky. We've got to witness the best of sports ever.
Yeah, I mean, we've gotten to see Manning versus Brady, Marino versus Montana, Elway, Mariano Rivera, Derek Jeter, David Ortiz, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant,
Shaq, Kobe,
Duncan.
Tim Duncan.
Like
The list can go on, dude. We've seen Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jeff Gordon. Like,
Dale Earnhardt Sr. You know, we've seen the legend. We watched Jimmy Johnson win 5 straight fucking NASCAR titles. We've seen Ayrton Senna. We've seen
Agassi, Sampras,
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
Nadal, all these guys, dude.
you're not
like,
shitting Tiger Woods.
Tiger, right?
Like, I mean, it's just, and not only that, like, go look at like, and then even like branch off, go look at like some of the X Games shit we saw with Tony Hawk, Brian Deegan, you know, some of these Moto X guys, like, you know what I mean? Like, I know I'm not even shitting you. I wish Paul was here because Paul could spout off probably a bunch of more. Like, what was the guy? I don't remember who it is. The first guy to pull off like the double backflip on a dirt bike.
Travis Pastrana.
Was it Travis?
Yeah, I think it was Travis Pastrana because that sounds. I don't even know, but I think that name rings a bell to me.
Dude, Ricky Carmichael ripping off all those rims in the dirt back in the day. Like,
Yeah, Travis
there's
Pastrana
so
was
much
right.
shit.
How do I forget?
there's
Travis?
so much shit that you could fucking name that we've seen that, like, no other generation saw.
I mean, and even
You know
like
what I mean?
sports that we don't watch. Alex Ovechkin. You know what I mean? Like he like
Yeah.
to break it like.
What do you
his-
mean? We saw Wayne Gretzky.
But well, that too. But I'm saying like he broke Gretzky's goal record. That
Right.
might be the last major record that we see to fall in our lifetimes. You know, like I don't because no one's touching Nolan Ryan in terms of strikeouts or anything like that. No one's touching Mo in terms of saves. No one's touching
Barry.
No one's touching Barry's home run numbers. You know, Tom Brady's numbers are
20
so
strikeouts is a thing of the past.
Yep, that's never going to happen again. Tom Brady's numbers are so far out of reach that, you know, no one's going to get those.
The only number that I think can get caught is Jordan's average scoring for the career.
What's his average scoring?
30.1.
I was going to say it was 30, right? I was going to say 30 points.
When he retired as a Bull, it was 31.2. When he retired as a Wizard, it was 30.1.
Is anybody yeah, but even that, like, do we consider that like
That's pretty good.
I mean, right, but if they don't do it with 6 rings, do we even really consider it?
Yeah, I
Like
No,
if
but what I'm
Kevin-
saying is,
like if Kevin Durant breaks
LeBron,
it, do we
all
care?
the points that he scored is longevity, not buckets, right?
Correct.
You're never
Absolutely.
gonna. So like Kevin Durant right now would have to average 35 points a game for the rest of his career to beat Michael Jordan. Kevin Durant
No.
averages 28 points a game.
And that's only going to get lower because Durant, as we all know, is a bum.
ass.
That's what I'm. But the way that the NBA is changing, like you got a guy like Shai right now that's young. He's
Yup.
scoring 35, 40 a game. If he can do that for
Yeah,
10
if he can
years,
stay healthy, right?
right?
But
Because
even-
of the
but
way
even
that the
if-
game's
but even if
changed,
he
that's the reason
does,
why I
though,
said
but
this
Jordan-
one could be the one.
Jordan played for what, 22 years?
No, 13 years, bro.
No, Jordan. Jordan only played
Jordan.
for 13. It was 86 to 2000.
84, 85
Yeah.
He
to
stopped in, like,
93.
90 and then he just took a break.
Oh, that's
and
right.
then
'cause he took the
95 to 98,
Baseball.
break. Right, you're right. I forgot about the
and
break.
then 2 years as a Wizard.
Right, I forgot about the break. Right, so 13. All right, so there's the threshold then. But all right, but also like you got to play 13 seasons, win 6 rings, and average that, in my opinion, to be considered legit. I don't know.
You know, I looked up Curry. Curry's 25.7.
Yeah, but he lives and dies by the 3. So
Right.
I know. I
And-
figured it'd be
that's the thing.
higher.
You gotta
no,
think
but that's the
about
thing.
that.
You even when you hit 40% of your 3-pointers, you're still missing 60% of the because you're not taking
Listen,
twos.
the reason why I say somebody like Shy can do it is Shy's shooting 15 to 20 foul shots a game.
Right.
Pisses me off.
You're right. He's
It
extremely
does.
efficient.
Who's on the high score? What's LeBron's average right now?
LeBron, I think, is like 25,
26.
26, yeah. I don't think he's anything crazy in the average, but no, Darkness, to your point, you're right, dude. The shit we've gotten to see in our
No,
lifetimes.
LeBron's 27.
Oh, okay, so
he's
1
a
point
tick
higher than I thought.
Yeah, he's a tick higher than we thought.
Yeah.
But you're right. We've gotten to see. I mean, listen, and like we shit on LeBron all the time. We got to see LeBron. You know what I mean? Like we've gotten to see
Right.
like all this shit go down in our lifetimes while we were young and sports actually mattered to us too. That I think
Right.
is the best part because, now like Shai could come along and be the next greatest player in the league. I don't particularly give a shit. You know what I mean? Or whoever comes up in the NBA this whatever the kid there is that went to Dallas. Cooper Flag. He could be the next, the great thing. I might appreciate him, but I'll never have that same emotional attachment that I had to him like I had with Kobe.
Oh,
fuck's
absolutely.
sake.
You know what I mean?
No.
Or like you had with Jordan, or my dad had with Larry Bird. You know what I mean?
There's one active player who's at 29.6.
Let me guess, James Harden.
No, active player.
No,
He is active.
James Harden's active? Who the
Yeah.
fuck does he play on?
The Clippers.
he's on the Clips.
Yeah, he fucking sucks. He doesn't play anymore. He's a piece of shit.
All right, so if it's active,
Sorry.
Active at 29.6. Wait,
Hold on.
Are they like a seasoned vet at 29? Or are they a young cat kind of just starting hot?
Giannis.
No, not Giannis. Good guess though. They're
Luka.
vet-ish.
Is it Luca?
It's Luka.
Luca.
I knew it was going to be either one of the two of them.
It had to be. I was trying to think like who the fucking
I was
top
like,
bucket getters are, and I'm like, but yeah,
Uh,
Luca makes sense because he was a one-man wrecking crew in Dallas there for a couple
Dude,
years.
Joel Embiid is 27.7. What the
Yeah,
but
fuck?
when you only
he's
play
gonna
5
like
games
6
a
more
year.
games, he's going to retire.
Right. I mean, Keith and I are sharing a brain here.
Motherfucker.
I mean, it happens more often than not, Joe. Let's be real.
Yeah, facts. Way more often than not.
Embiid.
Listen, I just had a basketball draft, right? And Embiid went in round 10.
Oh my God, that's fucking awesome.
Okay?
Hey, trust the process, bro. Okay.
Yeah, the process died when Ben Simmons went somewhere else.
Yeah, when they found out Ben Simmons couldn't hit a jumper, they were like, "Oh fuck, this process sucks."
Ah, dude. Fucking Philly. It couldn't happen to a better team.
Where is Ben Simmons now? Is he still in Philly?
No. He's on the bench. He's on the
riding
waiver
the
wire.
Yeah, he was. Where was he riding the bench last year?
No, he's Brooklyn,
Nowhere.
isn't he?
No. What was the last team he played for? They traded him, right? And then,
Last team was Brooklyn.
Oh, Brooklyn. Right. Okay. Sorry. I thought you said
So
Philly.
the funny thing about Ben Simmons is the New York Knicks offered him a fucking league minimum contract, and he denied it.
Well, yeah, he's way too fashionable for that. Can't be making.
So he's just like his agent dropped him. It's hilarious. I was just
Ben
talking
Simmons.
about it.
Ben Simmons, like.
Oh, here's one thing that I do want to say
Okay.
before we get way into too deep to this shit. By the way, I'm packing a little bowly bowl, so
Hey.
cheers for that.
Smoke.
Smoke. You smoking yet?
Not
In
now,
the,
Frank.
in the words of the great Tommy Chang, yes, you nailed it.
Smoke.
So here's one thing that I learned today, all right? And you'll appreciate this, Sean. You'll
Okay.
really appreciate this. Speaking of how we had the best generation, there's a generation out there that has no idea what D-Generation X and NWO is.
Yeah, they're idiots.
Yeah.
Okay?
Sean's like,
I
yeah,
went
it's
through
called
this
my
at work.
son.
No, he knows what they
I
are.
went through this at work, and I was like, you got to understand, like, people talk about wrestling now, like, oh, it's wrestling, it's cool, whatever. No. I said, dude, nationwide, you were either saying suck it
Yep.
or you were wolfing. There was no in between.
Bro, I wasn't even a wrestling fan at that point, and I was still doing the fucking suck it shit in school.
The suck it thing
Dude,
was so
everybody
well
was.
known.
That was like middle school, freshman year, fucking galore.
Hey, Keith, you'll remember this. So, way off topic. I did my pod with Travis last night on the adult
nice.
table. Do you remember, because we were talking about the 6'7" thing?
Yeah.
6'7".
6'7", which I think is absolutely fucking hilarious, by the way.
Oh my God, please say it. Oh my God, please say it.
6'7". Do you remember when we used to come into school
Oh my God, please say it.
and they would do the hey,
Yup.
and the whole, like, the entire corridor, the entire hallway
Down the hallway.
would start doing it, and nobody knew why they were doing it. We just did it.
Which is all Italians.
It was just no, because what would happen is Darkness and Ben and Fro
We'd
and
yell
Ryan,
at one side.
and everybody would be like, we'd all hang out at the cafeteria exit in the old high school where
Yep.
the buses used to drop people off, and we would wait, for class to start and the bell to ring, and everybody would disperse from there. But we would sit there because the cafeteria was open in the morning, so people were getting their bagels, their muffins, all their shit, right? And
Chocolate chip muffin was off the hook.
Facts, the double chocolate muffins. Every time somebody would walk in that door, and I think it started with Chachi.
I was just gonna say Chachi.
I think it had to start with Chachi. And every time Chachi would walk in, everybody would go, hey, because he was always the last one there. And then it just started turning into then the Bunos got in on it, and the whole SSP got in on it. And all of a sudden it turned into a thing. And before you know it, there'd be 100 kids in the hallway, and somebody would walk in and somebody go, hey, and the whole school would just erupt and go, hey.
That's great.
And what was Dick Barry's replacement? Do you remember? You remember Mr. Barry?
Rick Barry.
Rick Barry, who I actually love Mr. Barry. I played golf with him.
No,
a bunch of times.
we had Barry
But
all the way through.
remember he had a replacement. He had a guy
Barry, Mr. King was our principal.
No,
Barry was
I
the
know.
assistant.
Barry was the assistant, but he was the disciplinary guy. Barry was the disciplinarian.
And then we had
He groomed that new guy. What the hell was his name?
we had the lady.
No, you're talking about Donna Dimry.
Yeah, Dimry.
Dim Dog. Yeah, no, Dim Dog was straight. She was cool. She didn't give a fuck. But no, he had another guy that he was training to be behind him.
Yeah, I don't.
Fuck, I thought you would remember this. God damn, I can see
I was
his face.
I was a Barry kid, dude. Barry was.
No,
my
I
guy.
was. I mean, I was too. But he was only there for a year. I think he was only there till my sophomore year, and then he retired, and then this other guy took over. I was
Yeah, but you got senior year for me, bro. I was barely at school.
I know. Trust me, I remember.
I was like, oh, I got a car. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a
Yeah,
car.
I'm fine.
I don't need to do this.
I'm out.
But no, the
Oh,
A thing
so
was
you
that
know
was
what
our
else was
six-
our-
I was trying
you
to
know
say
what
that
else
was
was our
our
6'7"?
What's that?
Bumblebee tuna.
Bumblebee. Your balls are showing. But that shit was so fucking funny to me, dude. The A thing was the fucking best because again, I think it started with Fro and Chachi. I want to say and Ben. That
It was
was
100% Chachi. It was
yeah,
100% Chachi.
It was all Chachi. I don't know what the hell ever happened to Chachi, but if I remember,
He's
right,
doing good. He's got
Yeah.
a kid. He's good.
Yeah, all right. I mean, good. Tell him I was talking about him then because he's a
Yeah, I will
legend.
next time I see him.
He's a fucking legend, dude. That kid was funny as shit. But
Oh,
no, I can't honestly. I don't even remember his real name.
Nathaniel.
Nate. That's right. Yeah, Nate. Right. Portuguese Nate. Last name. But anyway,
I'm not saying the last name.
you don't have to. But no, it'll come to me 2 hours from now. I'll be in the middle
right.
I'll be in the middle of a race on my sim, and I'll just be like, son of a bitch, that was it.
I'll get the text. It
Yeah,
was.
Yeah, exactly. But no, that shit was funny as fuck, dude. Because Nate was hilarious, dude, and Chachi was the man. And that shit got so fucking out of control, dude. It was so funny to the
Oh,
point.
it was awesome.
The reason why I bring up Mr. Barry and his replacement because his replacement was the one that forced us. He tried to make us stop doing it.
Yep.
And we were like, no. And he was just like, you keep doing that, we're going to suspend you, blah, 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 blah. So
Like,
then,
yeah, good luck with
and
that.
then-
You're gonna suspend us for saying hi.
and then everybody started doing it because they were like, fuck you.
Yeah, because I remember Batello would do it, and then fucking
Oh, dude.
Costa and all those guys at the other end of the school.
Yep. And dude, it would go people would be running out from the white hallway and be like, hey!
Yeah.
Just to yell it, dude. It was so stupid. It was fucking awesome, dude. But that was our 6'7", Sean. That was our 6'7".
Yeah, for real.
6'7" just means nothing.
That's
It
right.
means nothing.
Which is the best part about it. I think that's fucking hilarious. I think I thought this
shit.
younger generation was a lost cause. Then I found out 6'7" means absolutely nothing, and it makes it way funnier.
Well, yeah, I mean, everything that we did besides the DX shit didn't mean nothing.
No, the DX shit was just funny because it was just fucking funny, dude. You know what I mean?
Fucking hilarious.
Just throwing your hands in an action, just telling people to suck your dick, for no reason.
Yeah, but no one ever said it like that graphically.
Yeah,
It
No.
was just implied.
and all you had to do was the motion, and it was understood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could be across the courtyard in a different classroom in the window and doing it to your boy across the way.
Yeah.
And they would know exactly.
Or you remember
what
if you were
talking about.
walking away, you just put it above your head?
Yeah.
But the age range was 3-year-olds to 78-year-olds.
Yeah, hey,
And-
for real. But that's what I was trying to explain to the kids at work. I was like, dude, you got to understand, wrestling, it wasn't just oh, yeah, it was kind of cool. No. I was like, it was like a national phenomenon back then.
Dude,
Yeah.
wrestling was unreal back then. Like, and again, I wasn't even the biggest wrestling guy, but I was talking to one of my friends at the gym. She graduated when in 03 with me. But she went to Volk, so she wasn't in high school with us. But we were talking, and we were like, and we were talking about like the Undertaker and like how awesome the Undertaker was back in the day. And we were just like, yeah, it was the fucking balls. Like you heard that gong, and then the lights went out, and you're like, somebody's getting fucked up. Like you knew, like it was on, and then and then it morphed into the glass breaking with Stone Cold and like all this, and you were just like,
Look,
dude, it was just so awesome.
Royal Rumble, 1993.
Yeah,
Yokozuna, casket match.
Yeah,
I was 8 years old.
Dude, I remember that.
R.I.P.
I
Yoko.
remember watching that at Brandon Pimentel's house.
Listen,
Rodney.
I was scared shit for a week that the Undertaker's ghost was gonna fuck me up.
Yo, because remember, like everybody jumped him, like Diesel and
Dude,
Shawn
and then remember, like
Michaels.
the casket started smoking.
Yup, and then,
like all of a sudden it was him dead on the screen, and then he woke up and like floated in the air and shit.
Yeah, and then they opened it and he wasn't in there, and like, and then
and he was like, and then like he was like, you will all fucking worry.
Yeah, and then that led to Ted DiBiase's Undertaker, which led to SummerSlam
AKA
94.
Kane.
Yeah, which was, and then SummerSlam 94 was Undertaker versus Undertaker.
Purple versus gray.
Which was, I mean, still, I remember even my dad was like, all right, we got to watch this. This is fucking sick. Like, they've been building this up since November. Even my dad knew about it, and my dad didn't give a fuck about wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, that's how big that was, dude. But yeah, that's right. Like, that was prime. That was the prime. I remember we were watching Razor Ramon. I forget who he fought. It might have been it might have been Diesel. And
Shawn Michaels ladder match.
Oh, you're right. It was Razor.
That was WrestleMania 10. That's one of the best.
No,
matches.
SummerSlam 94.
So good.
That was a ladder match too.
So I don't remember.
Ladder match.
SummerSlam 94, and my dad's like, "Who's the guy with the razor blades on his underpants?" And it was me, Ryan, and Brandon watching it because we had the black box, so we had the pay-per-view, so we could watch it. So Ryan and Brandon slept over because and my dad was like, "All right, I'll let you stay up and watch it. Fuck it, what do I care? Like, this is fucking sweet."
Oh yeah,
it was fucking awesome. Dad sitting there, my dad probably like, just pounding fucking whiskey. Drunk as shit, probably fucking just sitting there watching it, laughing with us and fucking rooting wrong. Like he was like, like it mattered. You know what I mean? Or like it was like it.
Oh, it mattered.
Oh,
Not
it mattered.
To him,
it mattered to us, but he was rooting along like it mattered, and it was fucking awesome, dude. It was so much fun, and Brandon was so into it. Me and Ryan were like, yeah, whatever, but Brandon was like all about it.
Well, dude, I was wicked into it because of Jake, Sean. Me and
yeah.
Watch that shit every weekend.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I was still into it.
Hell yeah.
At that time, I was only like 8.
That's what I just said. I was 8.
Yeah, I was 9. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That was good times. Now my son's all into it. We're taking him in like 2 weeks when John Cena's last match in TD Garden.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That's
I'm
really
kind of
cool.
glad John Cena's going out in the Garden in his hometown.
Well, no,
Right?
no, not anymore. So he has 2 more matches after they.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they. This is his last time in Boston.
Oh, all right. Last match in Boston. Okay.
But Cole doesn't know yet. But the day before, I got him tickets to meet his favorite wrestler in person. So he's gonna meet Jey Uso in person.
Oh, no shit.
Oh,
he
he's
doesn't
gonna get real oozy.
Yeah, he doesn't know. Yeah, he's gonna get Uzi in person. He doesn't. We haven't broke it to him yet, so we're keeping it from him. So he's gonna lose his mind. So he's going as Jey Uso for Halloween. Like that's his Halloween costume. So we haven't told him he's gonna like fucking lose his mind. I'm gonna meet Rhea Ripley, the girl that I think is like super hot. And so my wife is like, "How do you find me attractive?" And then find this goth like tattoo chick attractive. And I was like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, I can find both attractive.
Yeah, it's a.
Well, Sean, I still have the image of her before she was a goth, and either way.
She was a tall blonde.
Either way.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. I'm like, yes to both.
Oh, and she's an Aussie?
Yeah, and she's Australian.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. Big titty goth girls.
That's exactly what I said. My wife is like, I don't get it.
Sounds like Joey's search engine.
I mean, I am on Google Images as we speak, so yeah. That would make...
Not that one. That one's old. That's current day.
That's tracking. Yeah. Yeah, I mean.
Joey's like, yes.
Hey, you know what's funny? All her videos on Instagram, that's her now. All her videos on Instagram are her.
She's jacked.
She just lifts heavy weights and she just does weightlifting videos and listens to meta music. That's all she does.
Sick.
Fucking love to see it, dude.
Yeah.
God bless her.
Yeah, boys.
Great time.
Hey, good call.
Yeah, thanks for the
Yes,
call, bud.
thank
I'm
you,
glad
sir.
I'm glad you called.
Glad you
'cause
called.
I was going to call you anyway, so you weren't.
Well, hey, listen, if you would have called, I would have answered. So
I know you would have.
just-
So I know you were watching a lot. You were paying attention. You
Who
knew
the
what was
fuck
going
is
on.
This?
So thanks for the call, brother. We appreciate it. Thanks for your contributions to the show. It's never
yeah, man, 500, man.
never
500's 500, bro.
it's never gone unappreciated. So I appreciate
Half a
everything you put in.
grand.
Gentlemen, you enjoy your night.
We will, bud.
Adios,
Later.
Captain.
Later, bro.
Good night.
Great call. So Darkness, former co-host on the show, obviously put a lot of time and effort and everything else, blood, sweat, and tears, if you will, into this show with us. Definitely cut his teeth here on the Row 1 Seat 1 airwaves, and we appreciate everything you did for us. So appreciate you, Darkness. Cheers to 500 because you helped make this happen
Cheers.
as well.
We haven't fucking talked about one game.
You know what? We haven't, but you know what? It's the 500th episode. It's a little bit different. You know what I mean? So, I'm glad he called in because
Yes.
I'm glad he brought up the top 5 moments. Because I don't have necessarily like a top 5. Because some of my one of my top moments is like a radio person, if you will.
I never even.
I don't
want
want to consider myself a personality because we're not on the radio, but I
no.
have been a radio personality before.
You have.
On real radio waves, on actual terrestrial radio.
And people have hated you.
One of my favorite interviews I ever did was Steve Grogan. When I was up, when I was working with Mike Herron,
was great.
and I was up in Taunton. I forget the studio that we were working out of, but I got to interview Steve Grogan in person. He came in studio.
Yeah.
And I remember getting to talk to him, and I wish I had more control of that interview because I feel like I would have done a better job. No disrespect, but disrespect.
Yes.
I felt like the guys I was working with weren't very professional and didn't really know what the fuck they were doing and were just sitting there trying to fill time, if you will.
Yeah.
They were like, "Hey, we got Steve Grogan here," as if that was gonna make okay, we got Steve Grogan now.
Just wash his balls.
Why are we but why are we asking him the same fucking 6 vanilla questions he's gotten over the last and I could tell Steve was getting annoyed and bored.
Yeah.
So I kind of started firing off questions on my own, out of turn.
How about them Bears?
And it kind of turned into a me and him conversation there for a minute, and I think that kind of pissed off the other guys a little bit because I commandeered that shit. But I know what people want to hear. And nobody wants to hear the same old tired bullshit what vanilla answers for vanilla questions. No, fuck that. So I went on a different path. I did my own thing. But that was one of my favorite moments. And Mr. Grogan was awesome. Wicked nice guy, dude. You want to talk about it? Dude, fucking monster hands.
Absolutely.
Monster
Well, you
fucking
have
hands.
to be. You're a football player.
But,
You grip the whole football.
He's
that.
about my height.
Yep.
He's 6'3", maybe a little bit taller. And so I'm not looking at him like he's this huge monster of a human being. He is a big physical presence, though. And I shook his hand, and my hand just got it was like it enveloped it. It got lost. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then talking to him, man, he was really reserved to start. And then I think I kind of cracked that nut a little bit and got him opening up a little about the 85 Bears versus today's defenses, what you could do back then, which what you couldn't do today, and how do you think you would do in today's NFL, and who would you not want to see, and who could play in the 80s versus who couldn't, and we started kind of having fun with it, and it was a great time. But that was one of my favorite moments ever of being a radio personality, if
an
you will.
actual on air.
Yeah, actually having to I came into that way more prepared than everybody else, I felt, and it showed. But anyway, not to toot my own horn, but beep beep. That's why Row 1 Seat 1's here, and I'm not doing anything else for anybody else because I don't trust anybody else to do it the way that I want to do it or do it as good as I do it.
Exactly.
But that's why you've been here with me basically since day one. You were here for
it's been quite a bit.
You showed up in the fall of 2014 when you were like, "Hey, I don't have to work at Stop and Shop anymore."
Hey, I quit one of my many jobs.
Yeah, and I was like, "Hey, that helps. You want to come fucking do a podcast with me and Hilchey?" And you were like, "Sure." And here we are, fucking 11 years later.
Yes, I am not married yet, and I do not have any children yet.
Yeah. And we were doing it in that little fart locker of a separate room that I had over there.
We used to sit on those fucking stools.
Dude.
I remember we used to get off the stool, and I was like, "Oh my god, I can't feel my legs."
Yeah, it was bad. Now we have nice, expensive, voluptuous secret lab leather chairs. We've adorned the studio with quality seating arrangements for my highly unpaid co-hosts.
Highly trained professionals.
What do we want to get into here now? We've been
I mean, let's
90 minutes. I think we've waxed our own nuts for enough for here for now. But
let's hop into. I think Thursday night's
Keith
game.
makes a good point. He goes, "We used to sit on the casting couch holding microphones for Christ's sakes. We didn't have mic
Oh
stands."
my God! That remember the pink slot.
And then during COVID, I built Mega Desk.
Mega Desk. That's right. Thursday night's game was what? Thursday night's game. I can't think about it.
That was the battle of the geriatrics. Aaron Rodgers versus Joe Flacco. Bengals, Steelers. Bengals pull off the
That
upset.
was actually a pretty decent game.
You
And
know-
Joe Flacco might be something for that team.
Joe Flacco is, and I hate to tell you this, guys, elite.
How do you feel?
I have the T-shirt. Okay, I know.
How do you
He's
feel?
elite.
How do you feel about Mike Tomlin after the game, making the comments he did about Joe Flacco?
Oh, about how he was pissed that the Browns would trade him in division to the Bengals, knowing damn well that they were. I think it was awesome because I think it showed.
You never hear that.
No, but I think it showed that it was a raw side, and that's what I love about Mike Tomlin. He's not afraid to speak his mind.
He's like,
and this is why I'm just like,
what the fuck?
when people fucking hate on Mike Tomlin, I'm like, no, fuck you. Like, Mike Tomlin is a fucking gem, and he should be treasured as a national treasure. He is arguably, in my opinion, he is the third best coach in the NFL right now. Andy Reid, Sean Payton, Mike Tomlin.
Longevity, intelligence, yeah.
And then I would put, it'd be like a mishmash of McVay, Campbell, Vrabel.
You have the next tier of guys.
Yeah, that next tier. But
Absolutely.
I think that top tier of guys, it's those OGs, those dudes that have been doing it forever. So when Tomlin said what he said, to your point, like when he said that, and he was like, "Why the fuck would you trade them? Like, why would you trade him in division?" Like,
you had Flacco as your day one starter coming out of training camp. You thought enough of him to make him your day one starter.
and then you trade him to a division rival that needs a quarterback.
like essentially
needs him.
We had the Bengals where we wanted them, dead.
Yeah.
And you give them life.
And you breathe new life into them. But again, this is why the Browns are a trash franchise. They are run by trash people, and they will always be forever trash. And I don't give a shit who fucking hears it and I will say it over and over until the cows come home. There are 4 or 5 teams in the NFL that you never want to play for, and the Browns are probably on the top of that list.
I mean, the Browns are just fucking a horrible franchise, like you said. There's nothing that goes well with them. But it is true. I want to go look up the stats of Joe Flacco in that game and how fucking absolutely they come from behind victory, right?
Pseudo. I mean, it wasn't like a big time come from behind, but yeah, it was a back and forth seesaw battle, if I'm not mistaken. I did watch it because I was actually off last Thursday, which was weird.
Flacco was 31 for 47. Again, he threw a shit ton of times.
The fact that they're asking a ancient 40-year-old Joe Flacco to throw the ball 47 times automatically tells you everything you need to know. But
350 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean,
Jamar Chase, 16 receptions, 161 yards.
Sean, this was vintage Joe Flacco.
Yes.
I mean, this was 2012 Joe Flacco. Like, yeah, you live by the sword, die by the sword. But in this case, we lived by it. So let's roll, baby. Hashtag let's ride. Like, I love Joe Flacco. I love the fact that he was on the sidelines, too, during that whole final, sequence of events. During the Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary attempt and everything else. And he's just sitting there, and ball hits the ground, the whole team jumps up, and they're celebrating, and Flacco just gets up like,
yep.
Okay, on to next week.
Yep.
Like, all right, cool. Got a couple. You can already see he's calculating, all right, we're going to have tomorrow off, Friday, Saturday rest, probably be in treatment Sunday, back to work Monday. Maybe get a little jump start on the week, maybe Sunday, whatever. But, Saturday, meetings, this and that. But you already knew. You just saw he was just like, Joe Cool. Just typical Joe Flacco, just no real, overly emotional highs, no real lows. Just goes out and does what he does. I mean, quite frankly, I'm super glad that we got the Bengals before they got Joe Flacco. Not that I think that the Broncos defense wouldn't have handled Joe Flacco, because I think he's the kind of quarterback we could have feasted on. But the Steelers do hold on, before I get to the Steelers. I'm just glad that it wasn't that, because you know what? Because so far I've had one stress-free win of the year, and it was the Broncos Monday night game against the Bengals. It's been my only stressless game of the year.
Yeah.
Every other game, every other week has been fucking, I gotta sweat this one out. God damn it. What the fuck? Why are you making me do this? Why can't you just put fucking games away? It's 2015 all over again. The defense is fucking lights out. The offense should be putting up 30 a game, but we're struggling to get past midfield. I don't know what the fuck is going on. unlike 2015, I do think that this team's going to offensively turn it around, but nonetheless, we'll get to that later.
Correct.
On the flip side of the coin, the Steelers, they've got some chinks in their armor, for sure.
Every time I hear that, I automatically think of ESPN and that Jeremy Lin article. I can't help it. And when like that,
I love the fact that people got so offended over people saying chink in the armor. And it's like, what do you mean? I was like, oh yeah, they got a little tiny Chinese person just positioned in their armor somewhere. Like,
but that whole thing, that one ESPN article that came out at 1:00 in the morning, and that person was like, just read it and it was like, you racist piece of shit.
It's the only thing better that ESPN ever put out was that that intern that was about to get fired and put up the Giants are sucking mad dick at halftime. At halftime, like Giants are sucking mad
and he
dick.
just didn't care. He's
And
like,
he was
I don't
like,
give
I'm
a
getting
shit.
fired anyway. I don't give a shit. And
That was like, what's his name? The old Broncos defensive back who was on that ESPN show. He was like, throw a flashlight in the microwave and go beep boop beep boop beep boop.
That's what's his name? He's the NFLPA guy now. Fucking
oh my god,
Dominic Foxworth.
Yes, it was Dominic
Foxworth. Yeah.
Throw a flashlight in the microwave.
Part of that 2005 team that went to the AFC Championship. Love me. I love Foxy. But no, the Steelers got some problems, Sean. Off rip, like I know right now they're leading the division.
Barely.
But like you said, barely.
They're 4-2.
4-2 is not a bad spot to be sitting in. Like that's
but they're one game up on the Bengals, which should be dead.
No, they should. Which if they win that game, the Bengals are dead, and the Steelers are sitting at 5-1.
5-1.
And they're cruising. But here we are, and this is why I hate Thursday night games, especially against division rivals. And not for nothing, but like I said to my dad earlier today, I said, he was like. Because he was pissed off because my dad's a huge Aaron Rodgers fan. Loves Aaron Rodgers.
Cracks me up.
Loves him.
Your dad loves
the
dad
people
loves,
my dad loves and hates is fucking hilarious.
I was just about to say that. Your dad loves the weirdest clientele of people.
You ask my dad who his top 3 favorite players are right now, and he's like Aaron Rodgers, James Harden, and
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm like,
Joker. He loves the Joker.
Oh,
Joker's okay. My dad will stay up late to watch Denver games. Like
that's weird. But
well,
Joker's a good player.
because Joker, he thinks Joker's the next guy. He's like, I watch him. He's like, I see Larry Bird. He goes,
Joker's like 27, 28. He's not up and coming. He's
no.
already,
But I mean, I'm saying that's like
he's
his
arrived.
Those is 3 guys that he would watch.
Your dad's
in
gonna
any
love
sport.
Cooper Flagg then. Cooper Flagg is Larry Bird.
I would hope so. He's white, so he's got that kind.
No, I mean Cooper
checked that box. No,
Cooper Flagg is like defensively, offensively, like off the charts. He was the kid that played Boston College at 14 and like dominated them.
Yeah, I remember that story. But no, I'm just kidding. The white thing doesn't matter. But obviously, my dad loves James Harden. Go figure. We hate James Harden. My dad's like, nah, I fucking like him. I like
He's
the
like,
kid.
he goes to a strip club and orders a bucket of chicken. Come on.
My dad just fucking loves James Harden for no reason. It's fucking hilarious.
I hate James Harden.
Trust me, I know you do.
I can't fucking stand that man.
But like I was telling my dad today because he's a big Aaron. He was pissed that the Steelers lost on Thursday night because my dad's a lifelong Patriots fan.
Mm-hmm.
Loves Aaron Rodgers to the point he went out and bought a Jets hat last year. Or 2 years ago, rather. Because he was rooting, he was all in for the Jets because Aaron Rodgers went to the Jets. That's my boy.
Oh, okay.
He had I think he had a Packers hat at one point. And then, then Aaron Rodgers went to the Jets and he was like, got to root for my boy. And he went and got a Jets hat. He goes, yeah, that lasted all of what? He looks at me and goes, I was like, 4 plays. He goes, yeah, about that. That thing's fucking dead and gone. Never wear that shit again. God damn. Like, can't stand the Jets. So he's just like, fuck the Jets. He's like, I only wore it because of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, no kidding.
And, he bust my neighbor's balls up the street and Joe Bledsoe's balls. And he'd be like, hey, how about my Aaron Rodgers? Because he's a big Cowboys fan. And this and that. So my dad loves just, he's like me. He loves to fuck with people. He's a little bit of a troll,
Okay.
Not to my degree, but, I've the apple doesn't fall far, let's put it that way. But then now he's all in on the Steelers. And he's like fucking rooting for the Steelers. He's like, I'm not buying the hat. It was bad luck last time. He's also very superstitious. So he goes on this thing and he's like, yeah, no, fuck this. He's like, fucking Steelers, man. Yeah, he goes, fucking bullshit. I said, yeah. I said, you know what though, Dad? I said, the one thing you can kind of throw away, if it's a divisional game on a Thursday night, I said you can almost throw it out. Like it's a 50-50 coin flip as to who's going to win.
Right.
Because those games are so fluky. Like the fact that it's a divisional game, okay, that makes it all the more fluky. Like those become fluky inherently because they're so familiar with each other. So a 1-15 team going up against a 15-1 team, ultimately, that could be the difference. You know what I mean? Like,
correct.
How many times when the Raiders were really good, the Broncos would beat them in a game they shouldn't have, and it would, 2001, perfect example.
Division games.
Broncos beat the Raiders late in the season, and instead of the Raiders hosting the Patriots in nice, warm Southern L.A., they're on the road in the Snow Bowl, and Tom Brady and the Tuck rule happens, and they get fucked. So you have the Broncos to thank for that if you are a Patriots fan.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome, you fucksticks. God, if I only knew the Frankenstein we were creating, I would have gladly taken that L to the Raiders.
It was actually Mo Lewis who started the whole thing.
Yeah, but without the playoff game, it would have. Without that playoff win in the snow, Brady goes back to the bench. Bledsoe comes back in the next year because they're paying him $100 million, and we never know who Tom Brady is.
That's very true.
I would say
I don't know about that.
Yeah, maybe not. But it wouldn't have gone this way. I'll tell you what, he wouldn't have 7 fucking rings. I can promise you that.
No, he wouldn't have had 7 rings.
So whatever. Fuck me, right? Fuck the Broncos and fuck Mo Lewis for starting that bullshit. But my point is, they're very fluky games to begin with. They have a lot of outcomes that you look at and you just go, what the fuck? And then on top of it, you throw in a 4-day week. It's a short week. You're running it back Sunday to Thursday. You got 3 days off, and you're playing a game, and you're like, what the fuck? That makes it even harder. So I really don't take games like right now, like I'm not going to hold that game against the Steelers. Let's put it that way. Okay. And I'm certainly not going to prop the Bengals up and be like, oh, you know what? The Bengals, I think they could be good. They could be no. They're not a playoff team. They still have an ass defense. They're
correct.
And Joe Flacco, listen, for everything Joe Flacco does great, he will break your heart equally as hard.
Correct.
So
you just need one injury. He's not a spring chicken.
So
He's,
you think
40 almost?
You think 40 attempts, 350, and 3 touchdowns is fun? Wait until you get to the 55 attempts, 210 yards, and 5 interceptions. That's when shit starts to become not fun. And that will happen for the Bengals with Joe Flacco under center. It will come. That will be a thing. But to your point, Sean, it's just those games, I'm not going to kill the Steelers for that.
Right.
I'm going to see how they bounce back this week. Who do they have this week? They've got, I think, a pretty winnable game, if I'm not mistaken.
The Steelers have, give me a moment.
They've got, they got Green Bay. That's right, the Aaron Rodgers revenge game, Sunday night. They've got the Packers at home.
That should be a tough game for them, though.
I mean, it's not going to be easy.
I don't know if they win that game.
But that's a good litmus test. If you're the Steelers, that's a good test. Because that's a good team, out-of-conference team, somebody you're not overly familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
You have the storyline of Aaron Rodgers playing his old team and all that kind of shit. Because this will be the first time he's played him, right? Or did you play him last year?
He did not play them last year.
Did not play him last year,
No.
so he'll be playing him this year.
It's the first time he's played the Packers. So this will be the first time. I think Rodgers has the opportunity to beat 31 out of 32 NFL teams.
Who has he never beat?
He's never beat the Packers.
Well, that will be this week.
And then
I think he's beat everybody else. I think he's the only one he hasn't beat is the Packers. Obviously, Brady got his. Manning got his.
Mm-hmm.
Favre got his. Who else? Drew Brees. Drew Brees beat all 32. No, did Drew Brees ever beat the Saints? He must have. Drew Brees must have beat the Saints when he was in San Diego.
Not necessarily. Depends what the schedule lined up.
Well, let's see. No, I think they did because we played the Saints they played the Saints in 04, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check. I think the Saints and the Chargers played in 04, and the Chargers were 12-4 that year. So I would assume they beat them. That was one of their 12 wins. Yep, they did. So Drew Brees did beat all 32.
Oh no, you're right. Rodgers could become the 5th quarterback to do it.
Manning, Brees, Brady, Favre. Okay, Rodgers be the 5th. Okay, so yeah, I had them all. Good on me. Good to know my memory's not slipping that hard. But anyway, so that'll be fun. But that's a good test if you're the Steelers, though. Steelers defense. You know who is, I think, my favorite player on that defense?
I don't think he'll do it.
Not T.J. Watt.
On the Steelers?
Yeah.
Not TJ Watt. Who?
Not T.J. Watt, Joey Porter Jr. Because you know what a huge Joey Porter fan I am.
Because he's a psychopath like his dad?
Well, you know I'm a huge fan of his dad. You know
Yeah.
the one Steelers jersey.
His dad is honest on
I
the
own
fucking
one
team.
Steelers jersey, sir. Okay?
I know, it's Joey Porter.
And it's a Joey Porter. I actually told my wife before we went on a date when she asked me what my last name was. I was like, Porter. Like, just clowning around because I didn't know, like, where this was going.
Yeah.
So I was, like, being a dumbass. Like, I thought she would have known because Joey Porter was huge at the time.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh. And she actually, like, practiced writing out her name, like, Lauren Porter, like, thinking that might be her last name someday.
So I used.
And then she was like, fooled you. It's actually Palatroni, you.
So I used my online name. I was a big draft person for everything because I didn't want to use my real name as Urlacher because I loved Brian Urlacher coming out.
I remember when I first met you, you were a big Urlacher fan. I was like, really? It's kind of gay, bro.
No, because even I think all my Yahoo stuff still now from when I signed on to Yahoo was Sean Urlacher. It was all my stuff.
That's wicked funny.
Still, it's been like 23 years.
I liked Urlacher, but I always thought Urlacher fans were kind of gay.
Fuck you. He was the guy I wanted the Patriots to draft. We ended up getting Seymour.
I mean, yeah.
I didn't lose.
Do I think you would have done more damage with
No, Seymour did better.
I think, but I think with Bell,
Seymour did better.
I think Urlacher would have been.
Seymour does better. I mean, Belichick does more with line guys.
I don't know, dude. Could you imagine him and Teddy Bruschi anchor in the middle of that defense?
Who was going to play the line, though? We had nobody to play the defensive end.
They'd have found Jarvis Green, you know.
Jarvis Green's going to get fucking pushed around.
Friend of the radio program, Jarvis Green.
That's true.
But no, I think that's a good test for the Steelers. I think if they can play at home, I mean, they're at home in front of the home crowd. They got a long week to prepare. Did the Packers play this week, or did they have a bye?
No, the Packers played the Cardinals, and they came.
That's right.
They came from behind and beat the Cardinals.
Right, they barely beat the Cardinals, right?
Yeah, 27-23.
Right, and
Cardinals are another team that they've lost all faith.
Dirt dogs, just
dead.
trash, absolute garbage.
Now, is Gannon the head coach just dead in the water at this point? I think
honestly, I don't think
Gannon's
he should be.
No,
I'm gonna say, like, so we talked a couple weeks ago. We
him.
talked a couple weeks ago about hot seat coaches that were already on the hot seat. Watching the Cardinals the last couple weeks since that show, I've actually paid attention to the Cardinals.
Yeah,
I really don't think Gannon should be the fall guy here. He probably will be.
Well, don't forget.
But I don't think he is.
Kyler Murray's not playing.
Not only that, but like I don't think it's a coaching issue. It's an execution issue. And like when
Who do they blame that on? Though they blame that on the coach.
But they're trying to do the same thing in Denver right now in a little bit of ways where they're trying to they're like, oh, should Sean Payton give up play calling for Denver? Like, absolutely fucking not happening.
That's always the knock on Sean Payton, though.
But my point is, we'll get to that in a second. I don't think Sean Gannon is really the problem in Arizona.
Yeah.
I think Arizona's problems are much more deeply rooted. I think they got a quarterback that doesn't give a shit.
Well, he doesn't. And then they have Jacoby Brissett playing too much.
And then, Jacoby Brissett, I think, gives a shit and is showing out, but they don't have the talent around him outside of Marvin Harrison Jr., who I think has been pretty lackluster.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is not working out there at all.
But it's Arizona. Arizona is one of those, like, 3 or 4 teams, 5 teams you just don't want to get drafted to because you know you're probably gonna struggle out of the gate.
Let me tell you Marvin Harrison Jr. so far this year.
Ass, and more ass.
Marvin Harrison Jr. last year.
And I ain't talking about like what's his name with like they got cakes on the low. No, they got cakes on the high.
Marvin Harrison Jr. last year total played all 17 games, 62 receptions, 885. Not bad for a rookie season. No, rookie season.
Honestly, though, mirrors his dad's rookie season.
This year, not good. This year, 7 games, 24 receptions, only 36 targets, 390 yards. 2 touchdowns.
That's a quarterbacking issue. That's a quarterback issue.
But that's no targets. Like that, he's not.
34 targets through 7 games is embarrassingly low.
That's like barely getting used.
That's less than 4 a game. Like that's horrible. Or less than that's barely 4 a game. Like, but that's a Kyler Murray problem. Kyler Murray is ass. We've been saying it since the day he got drafted. This is never going to fucking work. And it's not working. So guess what? Who was right? Oh, right, we were. You know who was wrong? All these fucking eggheads. And they're like, well, actually, if you look at the advanced metrics and you look at the DVOA.
He's 54th in receptions and for wide receivers.
Anybody who uses advanced metrics, by the way, is a certified faggot.
For football, you're an idiot.
Yeah. This isn't baseball.
Baseball,
Maybe when it goes to a flag football league in 15 years, then we can come back and we'll.
Even then, it doesn't make any sense. It won't make any sense in flag football either, because
Sure.
flag football is a team. It's like you're playing every fucking thing. Statistically, with bat and ball,
but you're taking away variables with flags.
Sure.
A lot of variables. Like the ones that you can't measure. Like how terrified is that guy to go across the middle because he knows Ray Lewis or Steve Atwater's waiting for him.
That is true.
And with flags, that doesn't exist.
Cardinals, one more thing. Even with Jacoby Brissett at quarterback, you can't have Jacoby Brissett throwing the ball 40 times.
Fuck no.
Way too much.
Nope. But then again, when you're in a game, like sometimes you get caught in those ruts as a play caller. You know, not that I would know as a play caller, but I'm just saying, like, not speaking from experience here, obviously, but just from watching and understanding the games, sometimes you get caught in those ruts as a play caller of like, fuck, like we're behind the sticks. We got to pick up a chunk. We got to pick up some yards. And just because they threw the ball 40 times, that could mean that they, maybe the defense did a really good job and got the ball back to them a bunch of times and they had a lot of possessions, but they were just behind the sticks on a lot of them. Like Peyton Manning used to say, you want to be as an offense, you want to be on rhythm. First down, second down, first down. First down, second down, first down. And you want every single possession to end with a foot on the ball, whether it's an extra point, a field goal, or a punt. Mm-hmm. That's your biggest goals as an offense. Be on schedule and let the drive end with a foot. Pretty simple, right? Like when you break it down, like, yeah, it's not that complex of a game, but you can break it down to that level of like kind of simplicity. And that's what I think a lot of these coaches are they get out ahead of themselves where they're like, fuck, we're behind schedule. Oh, we had this run, it got stuffed for -3. Great, now we're 2nd and 13 instead of, 2nd and 6 or 2nd and 7. Yeah, and that makes a big difference when you with your play call. So I don't know. I mean, I haven't watched enough of the Cardinals to know like what the problem is, but I do know enough. I have watched enough of them to know that I don't believe I think Sean Gannon's going to be fired.
I think they probably oust him after this year already.
If he's not fired before the end of the year, he's definitely a Black Monday fire.
I don't think they fire him during the season. I think they wait till the end of the year.
But he's definitely gone. But he's not the problem.
No, I don't think.
I think the talent is the problem.
I don't think Arizona has a solution.
I mean, I think the problem with Arizona is that you have a quarterback that doesn't care.
I think
he just doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care about winning. Doesn't care about being successful. He just wants to make his money and be out of here.
I don't think. I know a team should give. Who's the former Dolphins head coach, and he's currently the defensive coordinator of the
Dave Wannstedt.
No, the former Dolphins head coach, and he used to be the head coach, not a head coach. He used to be the
Joe Philbin.
Stop, you're killing me. Black guy, Brian Flores.
B-Flow.
I think Flores would be a great head coach somewhere because Miami should have never got rid of Brian Flores.
Nope.
And
Brian Flores got fired because he refused to partake in tampering with Tom Brady.
Yes. They were like, we want Tom, and he was just like,
all right.
Okay.
Well, go get him then. And they were like...
And they're like, we want you to tank, and he's like, no.
Yeah, no, not doing that.
And they were like, you're black. And he's like, what the fuck?
And they were like, all right, you black asshole, get out of here. And he was like, you're racist. And they were like, maybe
they're like, prove
maybe
it.
We aren't.
And he's like, I have emails and texts. And they're like, good luck getting that past Roger Goodell.
Yeah, no shit. Good luck.
And that's literally what happened.
Yeah, good luck getting that past the Goodell bot, you fucking loser. He's lucky to have a job, I think. But you're right. I think B-Flow will make a great head coach at some point.
I think he would be great in Arizona.
I don't know if he'll be great in Arizona because Arizona's not it's one of those like top 5-6 teams you just don't want to go to for any reason.
No, but I think that's why he would be good there. Because he'd go there and he'd just be like, we're going to be good whether whether you want to believe it or not because I'm going to make you be good.
Right.
Because he just forces people to play better. And I think guys just need to hear that sometimes. I think he would just tell Kyler Murray, like, you're a midget, you're not playing. Like, just let him run it.
Yeah, they'd pay him $85 million to fuck off like the Broncos did with Russ Wilson. Which let's get into my Broncos a little bit here.
We should.
This is a very Broncos-friendly show, obviously, for obvious reasons, because I am the born and resident Broncos fan.
That was a huge, unbelievable come-from-behind win.
Wow, where do I even begin with this game?
First of all, what a clusterfuck it was to begin.
First of all, let me let me take a piss real quick
All right.
because I need to collect my
So
thoughts here.
I'm going to begin with the game. I'm going to actually click on the game first. So the first game we're going to go to. Actually, you know what? Before we get to that, I'm going to cover the Patriots game really quickly because let's not spend too much time in the Patriots game. The Patriots game is going to be Titans-Patriots. At no point was I ever fearful of this game if you're a Patriots fan. This was Patriots going to the Titans. This was going to be a Mike Vrabel revenge game, the Patriots head coach's revenge game, because a lot of the Patriots coaches did come from Tennessee that were fired from Tennessee, and man, this Patriots team fucking stuffed it down their throats. Drake May was 21 of 23, almost essentially perfect the entire game, 222 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He also ran the ball 7 times for 68 yards. Just did whatever he wanted to this Titans team. They had no answer for it. The Patriots did whatever they wanted on offense, did whatever they wanted on defense. They won 31-13. The game didn't even seem that close at any given time. There was just nothing they did wrong in this entire game. It felt completely one-sided from beginning to end.
And not for nothing, how many times did I sit here and say, leading up to this the draft in May, I love Cam Ward, but he's not pro-ready. He's a project.
He's not pro-ready. It's not his fault, though.
It's not, but he's not pro-ready. He needs a year to sit behind, I don't know, Will Levis.
Correct.
Or Ryan Tannehill.
Also,
or Marcus Mariota. I don't know, one of like 18 guys that Tennessee's had on their roster in the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
Also, I don't really appreciate. I don't know who the fill-in coach right now is for the Titans, and it's not his fault either.
The interim coach, yeah, because they just fired their coach too. That's right.
He was thrown in there on Monday, essentially after they fired their coach, and he was like, "Hey, you're the interim head coach now." After the game, he comes out and kind of says, "I don't appreciate how aggressive the Patriots were all game, and kind of got some of our guys injured." It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Mike McCoy.
Why was Mike McCoy saying the Patriots played too aggressively? It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, this is in 2007, bro. You can't really use that anymore. When the Patriots were running up scores on people and shit like that, that's fine, which is fine. I didn't have a problem with it. I did have a problem with it then because of the way that they did it, but also I had a problem with it because it wasn't my team. You know, but and I do think it was a little bit classless the way they did things, but nonetheless, it is what it is. They got theirs in the end.
Also, Jeffrey Simmons, shout out at the beginning of the game. Jeffrey Simmons accidentally face masked the Patriots player, and it did a quick shot over to Vrabel, who looked at the ref and said, "Yo, where's my face mask penalty?" The referee threw a flag for a face mask penalty. Jeffrey Simmons quickly looked at Vrabel and said, "You're a bitch," and then did the water cry to Vrabel. Vrabel looked at him and laughed. And it was a good back and forth.
Yes, it was. And Jeffrey Simmons, if those who don't know, one of the best defensive linemen in the league.
And has a great relationship with Vrabel.
Yeah, and if you don't know who Jeffrey Simmons is, I highly recommend you go watch his highlight reel. It's unbelievable.
But he did get hurt. That sucked.
It does suck. I know. But no, the Patriots they put belt to ass in that to quote my boy Nick Benito, they put belt to ass on the Titans. Rookie first-time head coach who's now 0-1 Mike McCoy, a rookie quarterback, a depleted roster. That team has no business really even being on an NFL field most weeks. I feel
they got stomped out.
But the thing with the Titans is this: like I said, Cam Ward wasn't pro ready. He loves to sit there and wait for the big play to open up, and you just can't do that in this league.
You can't wait that long.
And he's getting himself killed back there, and it's costing the Titans. He's going to have to learn to develop speed of the game. Really wish they would just bench him and put in a veteran backup or somebody else say, listen, we don't want to get you killed. We're obviously not a good fucking team right now. We don't want to get you killed. We don't want to get you hurt. But please just take this as a sign of our respect, and we want you to be good in the future. But we just fired our head coach 6 games into the season.
He wasn't cutting it.
Which makes absolutely no fucking sense, by the way. But again, this is why bad teams stay bad.
We just had the first overall pick, so we expect big changes 6 games in.
We never really talk about the Tennessee Titans as one of those top 5 or 6 teams that you just never want to play for. Because historically they haven't been, but they have in the last, I'd say, decade kind of become one.
Yeah.
Especially the last 5-6 years.
There was a sign confiscated that you'll appreciate because it's a PFT Barstool joke. Signs were confiscated because they hung it over the side of the first banner. It says, "We'll cut my dick off to bring Mike Vrabel back as coach." So it got confiscated.
Love it. But yeah, so that's all we were going to say about the Patriots. Obviously, I told you guys Drake May was the truth. I told you guys the
Loving
Patriots
him.
were going to win at least
My
10 games
God.
this year. Like I thought 10 games was the number for them. I still believe that's the number. They're going to slip up. I know their schedule looks like
Cake.
I mean, they got I think 4 wins between their next 7 teams.
We have Cleveland this Sunday.
Cleveland, Baltimore, the Jets, the Dolphins. Like, they've got just trash bag teams. They'll find a way to lose some of those games. Don't worry. And honestly, don't kill yourself over it. I'm telling you right now, they're going to find a way to lose 1 or 2 of these games that they should win, especially if Lamar's back in Baltimore. That's probably a game they'll lose.
Now, if Lamar comes back and we beat Baltimore with Lamar, then I'm gonna be really being like, all right, I'm on. This train is
Depends
red
on,
hot.
Yeah,
red
but if that's coming off a loss to like the Jets or the Dolphins, I'm like, no, I mean, yeah, you beat the Ravens, but you did lose to the Jets last week.
We'll see.
You know, so
Yes.
it's gonna context matters. But again, every NFL week it exists in a vacuum. What are you want to know this week or not? That's all that matters. Nobody cares. But the Patriots are going to win 10 games. I told you guys that preseason.
11. I said 11.
I said at least. I said 9.5 over under for the Patriots. Over all day. Slam dunk.
Before the season, I want to pat myself in the back. I said they'll win 11 games. They will win the wild card. And I said they'll lose the divisional round. That's what my official guess.
Depends who they match up with in the wild card round.
I don't know.
Because it depends who the 1 seed is. Because right now the 1 seed is the Colts, which I don't think is going to last. By the way,
It'll probably be KC.
I hate to say
Unfortunately.
it, but yeah, like we were so quick to try to start shoveling dirt
They just got DUI back.
on the fucking on the Kansas City coffin, and they fucking undertake that thing right open and
Yep.
set straight up. I'm like, fuck you. But no, the Patriots are going to be fine. So calm the fuck down. They have the defense. They have good players. And like I kept telling you guys, you don't need to go out and get a CD Lamb or a fucking high-end wide receiver, T. Higgins. Like, you don't need to spend the money on that. Fuck that shit. Drake May has proven me right. He's making Kayshon Boutte look like a competent wide receiver, which he is.
Yo, Kayshon's booty is like just
But
deep
he's-
balls only.
He's making him look competent.
Yeah.
A good quarterback will make mediocre wide receiver talent or good wide receiver talent look great. So fucking relax. I told you guys. Like this is what I fucking hate about Patriots fans. I know their team better than them, even though I fucking can't stand them. And that's what just aggravates me about you people. But yeah, I said
You people.
Yeah, you're damn right.
What do you mean, you people?
Exactly what I said. My Broncos.
This game we got to get into, and then we got to address while you're talking about this game. We'll get into Aqib Talib and what Richie Incognito said.
Definitely. So let's start with the shit talk before the game. So Jonathan Cooper, last week they asked him about Jonathan Cooper, who's a Broncos outside linebacker. I think he's second in the league and third in the league, second or third in the league in sacks. He's pretty good. For those that need me to clarify that and spell it out for you.
Yeah.
They asked him, "Oh, what do you think about Jackson Dart?" And he says, "Yeah, man, he's a young kid. He's out there, he's running around, he's making plays, he's dancing, he's feeling himself, he's got his chain out, but we're here to play ball, so we're going to play." The Giants fans, this was like Joey Porter, Jeremy Stevens 05 Super Bowl-esque, like, escalation of shit talk. Like, Jonathan Cooper makes some pretty casual, vague observations about Jackson Dart. Much like Jeremy Stevens made a comment about the Steelers, and they asked him about, like, how do you feel about, Jerome Bettis coming home to Detroit, and possibly winning a Super Bowl? And Jeremy Stevens was like, well, guess we're going to have to ruin that party.
Yeah.
And Joey Porter acted like somebody just took a shit on his lawn because Joey Porter needed that. Like, Joey Porter needed, like, the fight. He needed that spark, and he manufactured it. This was about that same level. I'd say even less because the game is a regular season game. It's not a Super Bowl. Jonathan Cooper makes those pretty vague, innocuous remarks, like just flippant, like, yeah, he's out there, he's making plays, feeling himself. He's got his chain on. He's feeling himself. But
Yeah.
we're here. We're the best defense in the league, and we're gonna show them what's what. The Giants fans, I swear to God, dude, Giants fans, like, they start coming out with like Charlie Kirk memes for, like, Nick Bonito and Jonathan Cooper. Like, Twitter got dark real quick. Like, I was going down some rabbit holes, and I'm like, whoa, dude, like, y'all need to chill the fuck out. Like, it ain't that serious.
Jesus.
But, like, you had Giants fans talking all this shit. And I mean, talking mad shit. And the one thing that pissed me off about the Giants fans this week, and you know me, I'm a huge Big Blue fan.
Of course,
I'm
because
a diehard closet Giants fan. I always root for the Giants. They had little brother for years. You know what I mean? Without the Giants, Tom Brady would have 9 Super Bowls and an undefeated season, which just makes me sick to even think about. They gave me the best Super Bowl of my life in 2011, my favorite Super Bowl of all time, my favorite year of all time, 2011 for various reasons, personal reasons. I love Big Blue. I will always be a Giants fan, no matter what. Like, you know, unless they're playing the Broncos, I'm rooting for the Giants every week, even with Russell Wilson. So the way that the Giants fans treated this, they took it like somebody had just like,
murdered their dog.
desecrated like LT's grave.
It's
or
like
something.
John Wick when he killed his dog.
Yeah, and they went, I mean, off the deep end, and it turned into a pretty good shit talking back and forth on over the week leading up to the game. The way the Giants fans painted it, though, they were like, "Oh, it was because it was a lose-lose for the Broncos." Because if the Broncos win, like, "Oh, cool, you beat the 2-4 Giants, like, good fucking job, like, good job, good for you." But if we lost to them, it was you lost because you talk shit and you got hit. You know what I mean? So like, it was kind of a lose-lose. But then the way the game played out. So the Broncos are down 19-0 to start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and this was like how many minutes to go now?
Fourth
It's like,
quarter. Start of
right.
the fourth. 15
Okay.
minutes to go. It's 19-0. The Broncos started the drive in the third quarter. They get the ball in. They punch it in. They go for 2. It's 19-8. All right. It's a game. 19-8. Not ideal, but down 11 with a quarter to go. That's not impossible. 2 touchdowns in a quarter is not anything remarkable. All of a sudden, you get a third down. It's like 3rd and 14. Ball gets tipped, goes to like Theo Johnson, the tight end for the Giants. He grabs it, takes it, 41 yards, up the sideline, touchdown, 26-8. And I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me, dude.
No,
I'm like, really? Then the kicker comes out and misses the extra point. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh, yeah, great. Miss all the extra points you want. It's 26-8 with 10 minutes to go. Like, cool. Like, the one time missing extra points isn't going to matter, right? And I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, fuck off. And so I'm watching Talladega simultaneously. I'm back and forth between Talladega and the Broncos game. So like I'm watching, I'm back. I'm like, I got the Dega on one TV, I got the Broncos on the other, and I'm back and forth between the TVs. So I'm really not like, I'm kind of already like in my head, I'm like, all right, we're gonna lose this game. That fucking sucks. Like why is it every time we honor a legend? Because we honored Demaryius Thomas and the Super Bowl 50 team. At halftime, they brought everybody out. They uncovered DT's statue in Statue Park, which is right next to Peyton Manning's, which was fucking awesome. His family was there. The Super Bowl 50 team was there. Like, we got this whole celebration going on, and here we are getting dusted by Jackson Dart and the 2-4 Giants. Now, I know the Giants are, they found something. They found a spark. Sean Payton so eloquently put it after the game with Jackson Dart, but 26-8, I'm like, God fucking damn it. I'm like, all right. I'm like, so they go down, they get the ball, they go down, they score quick. I'm like, all right. They go for 2, they get it. 26-16. I think that was the tip ball. He threw it to Cortland Sutton. It got tipped up, and Troy Franklin caught it for a touchdown. So it's kind of like a tit for tat.
Yep.
With the tight end. So I'm like,
perfect.
All right. I'm like 26-16. I'm like, all right. Give me a pick 6 right here. Like, give me a PS2 pick 6. Somebody get a pick 6. Somebody make a play defensively. Get this thing to fucking 23-26. And we got – because there's still 8-9 minutes left in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, we get a quick pick 6 right here. I'm like, we got it. No sooner do I fucking say that out loud. My wife can tell you she was sitting right next to me. I said, no sooner do I say that out loud. Jackson Dart just goes and just lazily chucks one up. Justin Strnad picks it off. Starts running. I'm like, score. I may have been a little bit more emphatic because I had maybe not had a parlay that included a defensive score for the Broncos.
Okay.
But I'm like, go. I'm like, go. He gets down to like whatever the 20-yard line. I'm like, I'm like, my parlay is probably cooked now, but that's okay because we're in business.
Yeah.
Boom, Bo Nix around the end scores. Now it's a 23-26 game. And I'm like, all right. Come up next drive, 3 and out, get the ball back. Bo Nix again, runs it in. Now we're in the lead. And I'm sitting here going, you're going to be fist fucking me right now. I'm like, this is crazy. Then the last drive for the Giants. And this has to be the biggest. This is why
Kick in the dick.
The Broncos defense is built for this situation, right?
Yes.
To play with it, like, you got the pass rush, you have the secondary. What these refs need to be investigated. The same refs, I don't know if they were the same refs or not.
It was not the same refs as the Saints game, but I'm waiting for what you're going to say.
But the way you guys felt about the Saints Patriots last week is exactly how I felt about the Broncos Giants this week.
Suspicious calls at inopportune times.
And I'm like, who's the money on here?
Yes.
So the big one, 4th and I think it was 16 or 17 or 4th and 18.
The Riley Moss one, right?
No.
Not
So
Riley Moss.
Before that, 4th and forever, basically.
Yes.
Jackson Dart makes a nice play, and it looks like the receiver comes up about a half a yard short. Oh, doesn't matter. They call it a first down, and just to make sure, flag comes out for roughing the passer.
And the flag is.
I mean, it was a chest bump, like arms up, trying to pull up, barely chest bump, and Jackson Dart sells it, goes down, and the flag comes out. Akeem Talib lost his tits about that on the
deservingly so
on his podcast, the No Lie Zone. By the way,
yes,
it is awesome.
But it's the truth.
I can listen to Akeem Talib talk about football all fucking day.
But it's the truth of what he says, because those are not called a lot of the time, except when the game is on the line, and those magically come out.
And those just when it's really, really opportunistic for one side or the other.
Yes.
Wait, it's going to be super damning for one side and super opportunistic for the other. That's when those flags magically suddenly come flying out of pockets. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, whatever. They still going to go, even with the 15 yards, they still going to go 40 yards to get a touchdown to take the lead here. I'm like,
correct.
They can't even tie the game. They're down 4. Next play. They throw the Hail Mary one-on-one bomb to the corner, to the front pylon. Riley Moss turns around, gets his head around, looks up, ball gets swatted away.
Pass interference.
Boom. Pass interference flag.
How?
Textbook coverage.
He's looking at the ball. He has every right to that ball, just like the receiver does.
And like Akeem Talib said, in the rule book it says, if I'm running full speed and the receiver slows down to stop, he goes, I'm allowed to make contact with him.
Yes.
As long as I turn around and locate the ball and start looking for the ball and making a play on the ball. He goes, because that happens. He goes, I'm running full speed with my head down. I can't turn around and look.
Riley Moss, I'm going to just put this picture in front of Joey's camera so you can see it really quick. Riley Moss is being held by the Giants receiver.
You can't. Just send it to the chat. I'll put it up.
All right, I'm going to screenshot
It is one of, if not the worst pass interference calls I have seen in a long time.
Now, this is not me making the case. This is not me being like, oh, yeah. No. This is suspicion upon suspicion of why is this constantly happening this season?
And in a one-on-one Hail Mary-esque situation where now you're determined. So the funny thing is you know how many positive plays the Giants had on that drive?
0.
1.
Did they even have one?
The touchdown run.
Oh, that's right. Of course. I was going to say they had 0. I didn't even think about the run being 1 yard. It's utter fucking bullshit. This whole season, the referees have been wildly bullshit.
And this one was incredibly egregious. So let's see. I'll put it up right here. Hold on. This is as bad as it gets. You can obviously see he's turned around. He's looking for the ball.
Correct.
If anything, this should be offensive PI, in my opinion.
Well,
this is a bad call.
Riley Moss turns around to go get the ball. He grabs his jersey to essentially stop him from fully turning and getting the interception at the 1.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, nope, don't turn around so you can't pick this off in front of me. And they're like,
That's somehow a flag.
The pass interference.
So then the next play, Jackson Dart takes it, keeper, gets in, barely, whatever. The Broncos have 33 seconds left. All they need to do is get in field goal range, and they can win this game. They're down by 32-31. 32-30, I'm sorry. Need a field goal. The first play, Bo Nix comes out, hits Marvin Mims on what I think was a missed throw that Marvin Mims just kind of happened to be in the right place at the right time. I think he was going for Sutton on that play.
No, he wasn't. He was going for Mims.
Okay. I can't.
Because they showed.
I can
they
say
showed
he
from,
says it.
No, they showed from the field goal, and Mims was the target because Sutton was way over here, and the ball was like not even going anywhere towards Sutton.
But Sutton cut underneath it.
Yeah,
and,
he
and
did.
It looked like Sutton was almost going to intercept it, could have tipped it, whatever. It gets to Mims. They get out to about midfield. They get up, they clock it. The next play they go, they throw a back shoulder fade to Cortland Sutton. I'll tell you what, that kid Cortland, he is something else.
I had to go back and watch the whole 8 minutes of the game because I was like, how the fuck did this happen?
They get down, they clock it with 2 seconds left. And the entire time I'm sitting here this whole game, I'm like, and I'm looking at my wife and I go, Uncle David and Kevin better not be fucking with me. Because if they're going to fuck with me and they're going to let the Broncos get close and then lose this thing just to fuck with me, I'm going to be pissed. And my Uncle David and Kevin are both passed away, both big Giants fans. And I always, I feel like they impact certain things more than they should. But whatever. It's okay. This one, I don't know. You could make the argument that Demaryius Thomas had everything to do with this comeback win because DT died at the age of 33. The Broncos scored 33 unanswered in the fourth quarter to win it. They had 33 seconds left when they started that fourth quarter drive. Cortland Sutton had 88 yards receiving in that game.
Wow. I didn't know about the 88 yards receiving in that game.
They took one away to make it 87, but unofficially he had 88 when the game ended. So officially I think he ended with 87 stat corrections, if you will, but it was 88. So there was some shit going on Sunday. That was some real mile high magic, if you will. But the point is this: the Broncos have played as sloppy football. They've played undisciplined football. I think they're the most penalized team in the league. Their offense has been non-existent through the first 7 games. And yet they're 5-2 and literally 2 plays away from being 7-0. So what does that tell you, Sean? If a team is this flawed, this bad, right? It can go one of 2 ways. Either if it gives you that feeling like, holy shit, if this team gets their shit together, we're fucked. The whole league is fucked. Or they keep riding this wave, this up and down roller coaster, and eventually they're going to be able to stop pulling rabbits out of hats every week and scoring 33 points in the fourth quarter. And they're going to end up being a middle of the road to a non-existent team.
It takes time, though.
I tend to look at this like, if I'm as a Broncos fan, right, and I'm stressing the positive here, I know what this offense is capable of. I've seen it in spurts. It was the fourth quarter of the Philly game, the fourth quarter of the Giants game, early on during the Titans game, early on during the Chargers game. They've been sporadic and inconsistent, but if they find any level of consistency, and I believe that they will, because I believe that this week, like Sean Payton said in the post-game presser, there'll be no champagne bottles popped. There's no celebrating. He goes, we were lucky to get out of here with a win. He goes, it's nice to be able to learn from your mistakes after a win, but boy, do we have a lot of mistakes to learn from. And there will be like that. This is not like a typical Victory Monday in Dove Valley.
Correct.
This is a y'all got fucking lucky that we got out of there with that win and that we're leading the division right now.
Right.
But if you guys want to be an 8-8 football team at the end of the year, keep playing like that, because that's where you're heading right now. Now, do you want to be 12-4, or 13-3? Then we got some shit to clean up. But like Aqib Talib said, he goes, defensively, the penalties, he's like, the penalty on Moss was ridiculous. He's like, that's absolutely ridiculous. That's a chicken shit penalty, chicken shit call.
So is the roughing the passer as well.
And the roughing the pass, same thing. He goes, all their yards came on penalties in that drive.
Yeah.
He goes, they gained 1 yard on that drive. He goes, so defensively, as a defense, we're looking at that going, well, what do you want us to do? Like, we can't help it. But to Talib's point, he goes, when him and Chris Harris and Bradley Roby were playing in the no-fly zone, refs would call penalties on them, and they'd say, like, listen, man, there's only a 3.5 hour window for this game on TV. We know that. If they want to keep throwing flags, we're going to need about 5 hours to complete this game. And guess what? That ain't going to happen. They ain't going to keep throwing the flags. So keep playing the way you're playing. We'll take one here, one there. Keep playing the way you're playing. It'll all balance out. We'll get the dub. That's all that matters.
Smart
And he
move.
was right.
Smart move.
And they were right. And Aqib Talib is one of the, I swear to God, dude, he is a fucking gem. And no surprise to me that the people that say he is one of the, if not the smartest football players they've ever played with. I think Benny Fowler said he's the smartest football player he's ever played with. You know, even above Peyton Manning.
No, but they say some people just, can understand the game on a level that others can't. Like, some people are just naturally gifted. They can see things that others can't. Even if you practice the game, read the game, understand the game, like watch the game, watch film, he doesn't have to do any of that. They said he just gets it on a level naturally than people just can't.
He just understands
He watches
it,
it and he's like, oh, I can just do all of this. And people are like, how do you know that? And he's like, I don't know. I just know it.
I just do it.
Yeah, he just knows it.
Because it's like finding that he's like Bill Belichick with pads on.
Which is why he liked it here so much. He liked it.
Yeah, he understands the loopholes, the nuances, the subtle little things, the little shit you can do. Like you said, hey man, the TV window for this is only 3.5 hours. They keep throwing flags, but we all know the TV time ain't gonna pay for that. So they're gonna have to stop throwing flags at some point.
He had a quote that you loved when he was here in New England. He said people that hump stats are the same people that read sheet music and bob their head.
Yeah.
So it was like it was like the same thing.
Yeah, I mean he plays the game and he lives it through a player's eyes.
Yeah,
and he's like, I've gotten into it with refs, I've gotten into it with players. He's like, I know what's what. Like, my point of this whole thing is that the Riley Moss, like, that flag needs to never come out. I mean, even the Adam Shine, my favorite national radio guy of all time, who was a diehard Giants fan, was rooting for the Giants, picked the Giants to win that game.
Mm-hmm. Weird. And,
well, because and not for nothing, he was if he took the Giants to the points, he got it in the spread. So, that's props to him. But what he was saying was like, he's like, that call, you can't make that call.
No, you can't.
You cannot throw that flag. Or if you do, you got to look at it, consult, and pick it up. He's like, in that spot, you can't make that call.
I'm ready for AI robots to take over officiating and everything.
I'm not, because you know what?
Baseball, football, fuck it.
I think I am, but I'm not.
Fuck it.
Because AI and robots, you know what? They like I said, they can only do what they are programmed to do. So if the program tells them to call a penalty at an opportune time for one team and not the other, guess what they're going to do?
All right.
You know what I mean? It's the same shit.
I don't know.
People want AI and robots thinking that, like, it's strict and it's this. It's like, no, you dipshit. The robots and the computers still need to be programmed. Who do you think's programming them? Not other robots. You think the robots are sitting there being like, I am an honorable person. I must do what only the rules and the parameters of the game set forth. No, they're being programmed by fucking shitbags in Vegas who are sitting there going,
all right,
you're going to do what I tell you to do when I tell you to do it, motherfucker.
I want chips and footballs then, so that way you can track where the ball is actually in the field.
Won't matter.
Huh?
Won't matter.
Okay.
They'll find a way to fuck you. That's what we just talked about with Jelly in the first hour.
There's a secret chip in the player's asshole.
They're always going to find a way to make money. As soon as the house starts losing money, magically the machine shuts off.
That's true.
So it's a tale as old as time, Sean. We know it. But my point is that call can't be made. That pass interference, the pass interference call can't be made. The roughing the passer call can't be made. Luckily, the Broncos still managed to come out on the plus side of that one. And,
amazingly.
They got outplayed and outclassed for 3 quarters. On the flip side of it, if I'm a Giants fan, I'm sick to my fucking stomach. They had that game dead to rights. When the Theo Johnson, look what I found touchdown happened, that should have been a wrap. 26-8 with 9 minutes to go. It should be a wrap.
But Talib brings it up in that same interview that I kind of shared with you. He says from the middle of the second quarter on, Dart and the Giants offense were so conservative, they did nothing. They
went stagnant.
Yeah, they went stagnant for the rest of the game.
Yeah, they didn't really do it. Like I said, they didn't have, outside of that one touchdown, look what I found.
Yeah.
Touchdown, they really didn't move the ball at all. Now, the Broncos didn't really move the ball at all. And this comes back to my second point where people are clamoring for Sean Payton to give up play calling. I disagree. And people are like, well, he's calling too many screens. He's calling too much this. Go back and watch the film. It's lack of execution, not lack of play calling.
Right.
Execution trumps play calling every single day of the week. Sean Payton could call a perfectly flawless game on any given Sunday. And if the guys don't execute the play, you'll never know. You'll never know that he called a perfect game.
And then Sean Payton made headlines after the game talking some shit about Russell
throwing
Wilson.
some low-key shade at Russell Wilson, which I loved. You know, in his post-game presser, he said, I'll sum it up for you guys. He said, they really found a spark with that quarterback, with Dart, and that they're trending upwards, and they're going to be a really good team. Basically throwing shit at Russell Wilson because they finally benched him, and I think he said something to the thing like they should have been starting him week 1 or something like that.
What was wrong with that though?
Absolutely nothing. But as you know, everybody takes everything super personal and looks at everything extra deep. Sean Payton obviously convinced Denver ownership to pay Russell Wilson $85 million to get the fuck out of Dodge and go play somewhere else because he was ass, and he is ass. I mean, Russell Wilson might be the only guy in the history of the NFL to play himself out of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's sad. Ever since he left Seattle, he's been just garbage.
It's been an embarrassment.
Yeah.
Total embarrassment.
Can't make it anywhere.
No. So Sean Payton was right about that. And then Russell Wilson, throws a tweet back, quotes the Payton interview and says, "Oh, I thought what is this, 2009? Didn't know you were still throwing bounties on former players or whatever." Like,
yeah, through the media.
Yeah, through the media,
Classless.
like classless, called him classless, whatever. And like, I could give two fucks about what Russell Wilson has to say. Like, bro, you were ass in Denver from fucking Jump Street. You were ass the entire time you were here. We paid you $80 million to fuck off, and you're ass. You were ass in Pittsburgh. You're ass in New York. My only regret is that we didn't knock Jackson Dart out of the game at one point, and you had to come in. Because there was a point where Russell Wilson was warming up on the sidelines. Dart was limping off the field a little bit, was limping, and Russell Wilson started warming up, and I'm like, oh, yeah, like, here we go. Here's the break that we needed. And
so Denver, Pittsburgh, Giants are the teams after Seattle?
Yes.
Wow.
And he's been benched for Justin Fields and Jackson Dart.
Jesus Christ.
And told to fuck off by Denver.
And Justin Fields just got benched this past weekend, too.
Yep. So
for who? I don't even know who the backup is in New York in the Jets. Shit, I don't even know.
Fuck, hold on. I do know this. I do know because I was watching it.
I do love that
I watched it happen,
that Woody Johnson said today that he tells Aaron Glenn he loves him and gives him a hug.
That's a death wish. That's the kiss of death right there.
Says he loves the job he's doing. He says, I tell him I love him.
Yep, he's gone. Aaron Glenn's fired. 0-7, fired. Fired. See you later. Tyrod Taylor.
What?
Tyrod Taylor is the
will
backup of
never die. Tyrod Taylor.
Good for T-Rod, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that kid just keeps fucking, like, you can't kill him, man. He keeps finding his way back into starting lineups. And not for nothing, I've always liked Tyrod Taylor. I always thought he was a pretty serviceable fucking quarterback given the right situation. But yeah, he's that's the backup that Justin Fields just got benched for. And not for nothing, Justin Fields needs to be benched. I don't think Justin Fields is good. I don't think he was ever good. I don't think he.
Dude, you lost to the Panthers. Bryce Young was 15 for 25 for 130 yards and 1 touchdown, and you lost.
All right. Seriously.
How the fuck do you lose? Well, Tyrod Taylor, 10 for 22, 126 yards and 2 interceptions.
What the hell was I just gonna do? I just pulled my phone out for a reason.
You look up the NASCAR things that you're gonna look up?
Nope.
No?
No, it wasn't that. Anyway.
I can't believe how bad the Jets have become.
We were talking about the Jets backup quarterbacks. I had grab my phone for a reason. But anyway. Oh, I know. I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything tonight. I got to go through our 500th episode. So let's see. We did the Broncos, the rest are fucking ass. Patriots, Titans. We'll get to the Colts. Oh, I wanted to do C.J. Stroud real quick. So a couple things.
Depression. That's what I think it is.
So C.J. Stroud.
Mental health.
I watched last night against Seattle, and I watched a good chunk of that game. And I remember when C.J. Stroud came out, I wasn't sold on him. I didn't think he was that good. I changed my tune after his rookie year. I said, you know what? He proved me wrong. I was wrong. Then I watched his sophomore year, and I said, I'm not saying I was right, but I feel like maybe I wasn't as dead wrong as I thought. And now watching him in his junior year, in his third year of the NFL, Sean, what I watched last night was not, you can't call that quarterback play. You can't call that anything above maybe like a backup quarterback level of play from C.J. Stroud. It was abysmal. And I get it. I know his offensive line is not great. I know he's missing some of his weapons. They've been banged up. They have problems. But there was no excuse for some of the plays he made last night. Just not knowing, mix-ups on handoffs, not knowing which way the running back was going, which happened a couple of times. Missed throws. I mean, dirt balls. Sailing balls over guys' heads and just wildly inaccurate.
I mean, some of the balls were like 10 yards over the guy's head.
He was fucking awful. And I'm not saying I'm not saying he's a lost cause, but I'm starting to believe, and we had one caller that used to call in and chirp all the time about how I was right about C.J. Stroud. I told you guys I was right about C.J. Stroud. Well, it turns out you were kind of fucking wrong, asshole. I mean, you weren't right at all, actually. You were right for a year, but then long term, it's going to turn out that, oh, my God, I was right. And that's a classic me thing, right? Like, I've been wrong once before. Turned out I was right. You know what I mean? Like, that's just kind of how I roll. And again, I'm just sitting here saying I'm watching C.J. Stroud last night in Seattle, and, I mean, struggle is not the word. Sean, that was embarrassing.
Remember the old Michael Vick commercials where
Yes.
he would throw the ball out of the stadium?
Yeah.
That's what it was like watching him throw the ball sometimes.
It was pathetic.
He would just lean back, he'd be like, and just launch the ball. And you're like, whoa, like, where is he throwing
what
that
is
to?
he doing? And, I mean, he's running around. He's trying to make plays with his feet. And then he's throwing, and then he'll get up. He'll get up. He'll get out the pocket. He'll be stepping up. And he'll just throw a dirt ball to a guy that's, triple covered. And you're like, well, if three guys are covering him, that means that there's mathematically not enough people to be covering anybody else. So what were you fucking looking at?
But it doesn't make any sense either. But
And D'Amico Ryans looked like he was about to have a fucking aneurysm on the sidelines.
he is. And then, but his post-game comments, too, don't make a lot of sense because it's almost sounds like he's having like a depression or anxiety disorder, and he's just talks about, oh, I'm so old and I feel like I'm so out of shit. He says weird things, very awkward things for a 23-year-old.
Right, like when he was talking about I thought I was athletic and then I watched the film on me from college and I ain't shit now.
No, he says when I was in high school, when I was 17 and 18, he goes, I wish I was back when I was 17, 18. It's like, that was 5 years ago.
I mean, this could be a classic case of a guy that peaked when he was in college, rode the wave, and now is on the downside of his career, physically, because he doesn't look like to me somebody who is you see progression from young quarterbacks, right?
Yeah.
Typically, where okay, yeah, they might not be running around making these crazy athletic plays, but they're starting to understand the game. The game is slowing down for them. The game does not look like it's slowing down for Stroud at all.
No, it looks like it's speeding up.
It looks like he's getting lost in it. And he looks like I mean, obviously he's worse than his rookie year. And one of my buddies pointed out last night, and he said, well, no, he hasn't regressed. He actually had a pretty good sophomore year. And I was like, okay, yeah, I think he had 24 touchdowns and 6 interceptions his rookie year. And then what did he have his sophomore year? 20 and 12? And then this year he's on pace for something similar. And I'm just like, nah, dude. I'm like, you kind of left out a big part of the equation there. That he's
Turnovers. Right?
Yeah, the turnovers are coming in bunches. Yeah, he was 23-5 his first year, 20-12 last year, and he's 9-4 as of right now this year.
How about fumbles?
Let's see. Fumble, rushing, receiving, defensive fumbles. Hang on.
Another thing that worries me about Stroud too is who is his current coach? I don't think he's getting good coaching either.
I mean, I can't sit here and talk out of both sides of my mouth and tell you what a great job D'Amico Ryans did.
That's head coach though. I'm talking about direct coaching.
But still, it all falls under the same umbrella. I don't know. I mean,
he needs. You know what? eventually, when Mike McDaniel was fired in Miami, I think Mike McDaniel would do wonders for C.J. Stroud.
Fumbles, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 last year.
Holy shit.
But he only lost 1, 2, 3, 4. So he lost 4 out of 6 fumbles.
So he was
last year.
20 and
This year,
16.
This year he has none so far.
So he had 20. So he had 20 touchdowns and 16
So he's
turnovers.
put the ball on the ground 14 times in his career.
Jesus Christ.
He's lost 8 of them.
God damn, man.
So 8 to go with the career of touchdowns, interceptions would be 52 and 21. So you're looking at 52 and basically 29.
He's got a lot of fucking turnovers.
51 and 52 and 29 turnovers. I mean, it's not great. It's not terrible. It's workable, but it's not good.
Right.
So I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going on with them. Maybe Houston's just in a bad downtick right now, and we didn't realize it. I mean, they, like I said, they have been ravaged by injury the last 2 years. But to me, listen, I was never a big CJ Stroud guy. I admitted.
No, I don't like Ohio State quarterbacks.
I admitted after his first year, like, hey man, he killed it this year. I was dead wrong about him.
We always said, name me an Ohio State quarterback that did well in the NFL, and it was never.
But
one.
I always reserve the right to long-term observation of these guys. You know, and you're right. I'm not a big Ohio State quarterback guy either. Wide receivers, absolutely. Running backs, send them off. Defensive guys, fucking great.
Tons of them.
Every other position except quarterback.
They just don't do it.
Somehow, some way, they figure out a way to fuck it all up. But that was, you know, I just thought that was an embarrassingly bad game for CJ Stroud last night.
Yeah.
And an even more embarrassingly bad game for CJ Stroud defenders last night. And you know who you are, and you know I'm talking about you, and I know you're listening. Now, even though I won't say your name. One quick note on the Chiefs and the Raiders.
Yeah.
The Chiefs blow out the Raiders. No surprise there.
Yep.
Right. We said in the beginning of the show, I think everybody was quick to throw dirt on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And then they Yokozuna'd that shit. I mean, Undertaker that shit against Yokozuna, and they were like, wait, sir. The Chiefs are still, even though the Broncos are leading the AFC West, the Chiefs are still the team to beat in the AFC and the AFC West. They're not dead. They're not going anywhere. They're still here. They're still going to find ways. They still have Mahomes and Reed, and they still have a great defense. So if you think the Chiefs are going anywhere, well, I got bad news for you. That being said, I still think Denver's going to take care of business, win the AFC West. Said that before the season. Still going to stand by it now, considering the fact that we're leading the division. I still believe it. And like I just said, I think they're going to go. They can go one of two ways. They're either going to be a mediocre shit bum team that makes a lot of mistakes, or they're going to correct their errors and they're going to get sharp and they're going to be a fucking problem. I think they're going to get sharp and be a problem.
Okay.
Just from what I've seen. That being said, the fact that there was 2 minutes and 37 seconds left in that game, and the Chiefs decided to go into victory formation and start taking knees, and Pete Carroll decided not to call any timeouts.
He wanted to get the fuck out of there.
He wanted to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Geno Smith left with like 2 minutes to go.
That, to me,
ultimate surrender flag,
is about as embarrassing as it fucking gets. If I am a fan of the Raiders today, on Monday morning, I am sick to my stomach.
Tom Brady should sell his ownership right now.
Get the fuck out. Like, Pete Carroll basically just told you, I made a tremendous mistake taking this job. Geno Smith is like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Embarrassing.
Ashton Jeanty, like I said, great player, wasted pick for the Raiders.
Garbage.
Didn't need him, don't need him, never going to use him properly.
No.
In fact, they're just going to kill him because they're going to try to ride him.
Yep.
And they're going to run him out, and they're going to run him into the ground like
same
they
thing
do.
With, same thing with Brock Bowers.
Yep. Brock Bowers,
He'll
same
be dead.
shit. Which brings me to a little bit of a point earlier when we talked about the Cowboys trying to trade for Max Crosby as early as this morning.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I want Max Crosby out of Oakland or out of the Raiders organization as quickly as possible because Max Crosby is a gem and he should be protected. He's one of the great players in this league, and I wish he would go to a place that would actually utilize him properly, put him on a stage where he can be viewed by the entire nation on a regular basis.
Not gonna happen.
And propped up to be the defensive player of the year level that player that he is. On the flip side of that coin, the fact that the Cowboys are willing to trade for him or wanted to trade for him has got to be one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever heard of in my entire life, especially when you already had Micah Parsons in the building.
No, we don't want him, though.
All you had to do is pay Micah. and you have your Max Crosby.
Yeah, but we don't
Now
want to
you
pay him
want
money.
now you want to use more draft picks to get Max Crosby because I don't know if they know this, but Max Crosby ain't coming cheap. I don't care how bad the Raiders are. The Raiders aren't just going to let him go for a bag of peanuts. You know, this isn't the Al Davis days where he's like, Randy Moss, 4th round pick, get him out of my face. See you later. No, not happening. You're going to have to pay a premium for Max Crosby. So basically, the Cowboys, if they do that trade or something similar, will have basically just gone lateral, where they're like,
Makes sense.
yeah, we got all these picks for for Micah Parsons, but we're just going to use them to get Max Crosby, and we're going to pay him the same money anyway.
But we're going to get rid of picks.
But ultimately, the Cowboys will come out on the losing end of that. Cowboys offense, great. They'll be great until they're not, which will be soon. And then their defense is ass, so who cares? And then the last thing I want to touch on before we get out of here,
Yeah.
is we are running out of time on Mixler. We're almost
Wow.
we have a 3-hour per show limit, so we got 13 minutes left.
Banger after banger.
Banger. 500 the show was a fucking marathon, baby. I love it. I fucking love it. Thank you. First of all, thank you everybody that tuned in. Thank you to everybody that listened in. Thank you to everybody that called in and chimed in the chat and gave us our congrats on 500 episodes, all that shit. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate your fanhood. We appreciate you listening. We do it for you because we love doing it. But we love hearing your reactions to stuff as well. So please keep it up. Give us a like and a share on Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Amazon, wherever you
Amazon?
iTunes. Yeah,
iTunes.
Amazon's got their own podcast.
Does it?
Yeah, we post podcasts to Amazon. Don't ask me how, but we do.
Okay.
But they have a thing. So wherever you get your podcast from, make sure to give us a like and a share and a follow, a download, whatever it is. Just please
Zoomies.
help us out. It's a click for you, and it means the world to us. But last thing I wanted to say before we get out of here, Sean, Colts are the #1 seed in the AFC. Jonathan Taylor is on an MVP. Jonathan Taylor Thomas is on an MVP pace right now. My boy Danny Dimes, Vanilla Vic, is, I mean, I don't know how he is not a slam dunk for comeback player of the year, like I said he would be. Now, I did not have the Colts being this good record-wise by any stretch. But when they beat the ever-loving shit out of the Savannah Bananas on Sunday, a.k.a. the Los Angeles Chargers. Hey,
Those
remember
are
that
the
time?
ugliest jerseys of all time.
Horrendous. Remember that time the Chargers were 3-0 and they
Yeah.
beat 3 division teams to start the
They're
year?
fucking stupid.
And everybody was like, they're going to run away with the West. And I was like, give it 6 weeks. They won't be leading it. And here we are. Here we are. Like, Chargers are going to charge, bro.
I don't
understand. I don't know what you people have. Like, how many fucking different head coaches, different quarterbacks, different players do you need to see before you understand that this team just sucks?
Is it the players or is it the coaching or is it both?
Yes.
It's like a 4-winged hawk. It's Hawkward.
It's Hawkward.
I don't understand like what
They're
the
just
fuck happened.
ass. They're an ass franchise, and I'm sorry, but Harbaugh sucks. He's going to be out of there. As soon as his investigation is cleared in the NCAA, he'll be back to college. Like, he'll be out of there. He'll leave the Chargers high and dry, just like he did with San Francisco. Grind that roster right into the ground and be like, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm going to college. Good luck.
Stanford's like, hey, we need a coaching program director.
He's a
again.
fucking
He's
asshole.
Like,
But they are on the top. But the one last thing I wanted to leave us with, which was fun, because obviously the Colts are on the top of the AFC. Nobody had that on their bingo card.
No.
I do think that the clock is going to strike midnight, and that chariot will turn back into a pumpkin at some point. But we'll see. We'll be there. We'll be here to discuss it when it gets there. Of all the interviews we've done, Sean, on this show in 500 episodes, we've done a bunch. We talked about our favorites. What would be your number one? Like, give me your top 2 or 3 people that you would want to interview right now, if you could. People that you would just want, like, just most interesting.
What, retired?
People. Retired, active, doesn't matter.
Oh God, I mean you can't ask me retired or active.
Why not?
Because I would pick like all my favorite people of all time. I'd be like Brady, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like
sure, all right.
I would like.
Because I know one. I know what your number one is. You might not.
What's my number one?
Mike Tyson.
Oh, fucking hell.
Because you want to ask him about that fucking fight with the gorilla.
First of all,
if for nothing else, you want to ask him, like, was that true? Did you really want to fight?
First of all, the story is true.
Did you actually pay that man? To
I
fight that
would
gorilla?
absolutely interview Mike Tyson, and it would be my fucking pleasure because I would take it so serious, and I would be so happy to just talk to that man because he would probably be a phenomenal person to talk with because you could tell there's a line of like he'd be okay to talk with, and he's like, I'm done, and you'd be like, oh, okay, because he'd be like, I'm leaving now. It's like, okay, I'm sorry to take up too much of your time. I would say, you know what, Tyson, I didn't even think about Tyson. Tyson's phenomenal answered. I would say Tyson, Brady 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I want an off the ball, like out of sports person. I want Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
I've always loved Schwarzenegger. I've loved his story. I've loved growing up watching him. Schwarzenegger is always someone I would have just loved to pick his brain because we've all seen Pumpin' Iron. We've all heard him coming to America and all the fucking stuff and how he had to learn English and how he met the Kennedys and he married Maria Shriver and like basically coming to America and taking it over. His fucking dad was potentially borderline Nazi and like coming to him. You know what I mean? Like he's had an insane life.
He's one of the boys from Brazil.
So I don't know. I would pick Schwarzenegger. Like that would be
That's an interesting one.
And you know what? We don't have a lot of time on Schwarzenegger left. He's 78.
Yeah, that's true too. Like
So-
especially like coherent and able to talk, like you know what I mean, and like be able to like bring things up. I think for me, it would be tough, but it would be a tightrope where I would Larry McReynolds, legendary crew chief for Dale Earnhardt, Davey Allison.
Wow. Okay.
Fox NASCAR broadcaster would be one of them. And then I think my number two, like kind of off the beaten path, like that you wouldn't necessarily expect. Well, not necessarily to expect, but it would definitely be Aqib Talib.
What about 3? You said 3.
Either Brady or Manning. I'll go with the vanilla answer. Either Brady or Manning.
No, you have to go Manning. If I pick Brady, you have to go Manning.
Yeah, then Manning. Peyton. I mean, Peyton. Or you know what? Honestly, I won't even go Peyton. You know why? Because that's too easy of an answer. I would go with Jake Plummer.
Jake Plummer would be an interesting choice because he's had a wild life.
Yeah, like I think he would be fun guy to talk to. But then I start thinking about like Larry McReynolds would be one because I feel like he's just a NASCAR historian and just knows the game in and out. Like as the kids would say, he knows ball. And then Aqib would just be fun as shit.
I think Pedro Martinez would be a fun interview.
David Ortiz would be great.
Well, David we hear from all the time. Pedro doesn't go around much.
You're right.
But Pedro, I feel like he would give you a lot of honest answers because he's more like an uncle.
He's an unk.
You know what I mean? Like, not to steal what the kids say, an unk, but he's just like, if you asked him about stuff, he'd be honest with you. He'd be like, he was an asshole. You know what I mean? Like, he would laugh with you and he would joke around with you. I feel like Pedro would be like you were talking to like a family member.
Right.
Like, he would joke around with you if you treated him like politely.
Yeah, I could see that. That would be a decent one too. But anyway, these are all things that we're gonna, we set the bar high here at Row 1, Seat 1, so that way when we come in a little bit lower, it's not disappointing.
Miguel Tejada, I'm Big Miguel. Tell me, not our intern. Tell me why you were 47 years old in 2003 and you had an ID that said you were 26.
Because the reasons, sir.
I came. He's like, I came here from Dominican Republic. My
right.
ass.
But that's gonna be it for us tonight. Thank you to everybody that contributed to our 500th episode. Thank you to everybody that's contributed to the 499 prior to this one. We appreciate you. We love you. We're gonna keep grinding. We're gonna keep doing it. And we'll be back next Tuesday night right here on the one, the only, the New Bedford Guide. What? What are you looking at?
Netflix is trying to buy Warner Brothers.
Oh, great. I'm sure I won't get screwed in that deal either.
Jesus.
But we'll be back next week, Tuesday night, New Bedford Guide, Row 1, Seat 1, Joey Fats Radio. This has been our 500th episode. Thank you all for joining us. For Mr. Betancourt and Plizzy, who couldn't be here tonight, I am your host, Joey Fats, and we will see you all again next week. Let's go Broncos, and peace out. Enjoy your weekend.
15-2 Patriots.
Eat